Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.
Hey! Hello, Rolando. Rolando's here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, Rolando. Has anyone sung you a good morning like this, Rolando? How long has it been? Good morning, Rolando. Oh boy. No one said I wasn't a little, off. I got a new shirt. Look at this cool shirt I got. Yep. There we go. Cool Star Wars comic book cover like shirt. Really cool. They're at Target right now for $7-8-ish. Nope, never sung to. Sweet shirt. Yeah. Okay, so today I got a mix of things here because the Thanksgiving Day with the Thanksgiving weekend and all that stuff, it kind of got away from me last night. Yesterday afternoon I was on with Rick and Eric talking about Andor, and they were like, what are you going to do for Sunday morning vintage this week? And I was like, I don't know. Did we do Centurions? Did we do, and we did do Centurions. So there's a number of things that I could have fallen back on this morning, but one of the ones I'd really like to do is the Robotech stuff. And the Veritech fighter is so delicate that I'm scared of breaking it. So I didn't want to rush. I also somehow, I normally wake up like 5:30 on any given day without an alarm. I never set an alarm. I just wake up. I use my alarm clock for during the day to remind me to get out. Oh, pardon me. To remind me to get on a live stream, like if I'm on somebody else's channel. So like, I don't, because I won't look at the clock. I'll just keep working my day, doing my stuff, and if I'll look up and go, holy crap, it's like 6 hours late, So yeah. So anyway, but surprisingly, I woke up at 6:30 this morning. So I was like, whoa, I slept like an extra hour and a half almost than I normally do. So as I needed extra sleep, I felt good. So I guess I needed extra sleep. So consequently, I was in a rush to get something together for Sunday morning vintage. And this is a mix of vintage and modern. I realized I had this giant pile of things that I picked up in a box of stuff that I got from two different comic stores on Friday when I was up with my brother and my mother. My brother and I went to a number of comic stores in his area, and I got some old back issues and some Star Wars stuff and few other things in that box, and I got a cool robot and something in the mail from Mattel that we can look at, and Playmobil, and so there's a few items from around the day, back in the day to up to today that we can take a look at. So let's I don't see why we shouldn't just get started. So let's just get started. I'm gonna bring that other camera in. We're going to pull it up. Well, we can just move this over. We can pull it up to a big screen here. That's the one. Yep. And then turn on some lights, and we'll start taking a look at what we got. We'll go through my my comic pickups first, I think, from from Phil's comic shop. I picked up my comics this week, and we can look at a pile of those and then go through some of this other stuff here. So let me move some of these. This is just sort of get it out of the way kind of thing. We'll put those there. Ooh. I'm still being festive and wearing the holiday flamingo because holiday flamingos are a thing. It's not something I just made up. It has a holiday hat on it, Santa hat, so it's a real deal. It's not people out there trying to say there is no such thing as the holiday flamingo. Oh yeah, one of the comic store guys gave us posters. I don't know how we're going to look at those, but we can figure out a way, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. So Phil's comic shop gave me I got something really cool from them. So Brian hooked me up with this awesome, let's see how we can do this here. It's like a calendar. Like, look, here's a comic book, so you can see how big it is. You know, so it's like a little bit taller, a little bit wider, and it's a calendar from 2013. I didn't know they even had this, and someone kept it and didn't use it, and they were like, John, do you want this? And I said, yeah, it's kind of cool. How much do you want for it? And he was like, no, you can just have it. Do you want it? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, I do want it. It's Star Wars and it's cool, so give it to me. Yeah. So I took it. He does that. He gives away posters and gives away stuff like this. He said that someone dropped it off and just said, give it to a good home. So they did. So let me show you the first page here. The artwork is great. That's what I like about it. So we got some Star Wars issue number 5. So, you know, pretty cool stuff. Hurry, Chewbacca, we're being attacked by the Death Star. It's like, we're finished. That's so good. Great. That's not the... Oh, look at that one. Look at that one. Look at that one. It's Darth Vader standing over Luke with a droid with a really good butt. I don't know why. Why? And we got they're attacking a snake monster, or I guess a snake monster is attacking them. That's neat. Look at that. Yeah. My blaster's not stopping this thing. Master Luke, the ship is sinking. Oh, the famous these were the large size ones, the really big ones. Remember that? Greatest fantasy film of all time. What they did on this is they even put the smudges, because like in the older comics, you get fingerprint smudges on stuff because the ink would come off. Oh, this is when Han and Chewie joined the Guardians of the Galaxy. There's like, what? Grab a laser gun, Chewie. They've got us surrounded. Or is he trying to like kidnap Chewie? Is they got Chewie's hand in his hand? I guess I don't know what he's doing, but that's not going to work. Oh, Star Wars number 1. Star Wars issue 1 in there. Fabulous first issue with a green Darth Vader. Oh, this one was good. This is a good one. Yep. Return to Tatooine. The Dewback and Stormtroopers. That's a good cover, isn't that? That looks really good. Issue 31. Some of these classic Star Wars covers, it makes you want to like pull those comics out and just frame them and put them on the wall because they just look so good, you know? Yeah. That looks really cool. Orlando says he would draw from these comics, like he would, as a kid, he would like pull them out and draw, because it looked cool. Like I guess you agree. You know, it's like they look so cool, and Star Wars. So you want to copy that as a kid. You're like, I want to draw that. I want to do that. I remember I got out tracing paper. My mother showed me, like, the way she taught me to draw was sort of like, she said, mimic what you like, and then your natural talent will come through as you learn how to draw. So she taught me how to use tracing paper first, and then so I would lay it on and trace the image, and then I would try to copy that on regular paper once my hand got used to sort of how to draw the outlines. So she didn't teach me like the anatomy way of drawing, which I think is the correct way to learn. She taught me like a backwards, you know, going by the outlines, I guess, and then outlines in a sense. So, but it worked. I mean, I could almost even to today, I can almost recreate any comic like image. So I used to draw like Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy, and especially cartoons. I can almost copy them exactly just by having the image there and me drawing it, you know. And but I can't draw something fresh. Like I can't come up with something in my head and then just draw it. You know, it takes me a long time. I go through step-by-step iterations of creating a new character. It's like really, it's because I'll see it in my head, but I won't be able to draw it. Then I can look at what I drew and tweak that a little bit, and then look at the tweaked image, and finally get to what was in my head. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Yeah, it's a weird. That's why I'm saying I don't think I was taught the correct way, if there is a correct way to do artwork. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm sure that some people would argue you can take any approach you want. You know. Ben Kenobi fights alone with a purple cloak and a pink lightsaber. Good morning, White Shadow. And again, there is a link pinned at the top, pinned all the way up here. If anyone wants to join in, you can click that link and chat with me while we're going through this. I can't draw something new. I need a model. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You need to see something and recreate it. That's kind of how I am too, in a way. Oh, the special number 1. This is a cool one. That's what my shirt is, right? Isn't that what my shirt is? Yeah, that's my shirt. Yep. That's cool. Whitman. Those were the large size. They were big comics. I think I have issue 2, but not issue 1. I don't know. I'd have to look. The big ones are stashed somewhere else because they're big and they can't fit in a comic book box. All right, we got number 52 with Darth Vader's hands reaching out over the galaxy, trying to get the Millennium Falcon. Roar! I will get you. Is that a Simonson cover? It might be Walt Simonson. I can tell he doesn't put a lot of detail in his stuff. Princess Leia with an Imperial guy lurking behind her. Number 65. 60 seconds to meltdown. Reactor critical. See, even back then they drew Princess Leia as a badass. Oh, that's the last one. That's it. That's all there is. That's it. Princess Leia is a total badass, and that's what it ends on. Her being a total badass. All right. There we go. So that was the Star Wars comics giant size calendar. Big thing. Like I said, it's bigger than a comic book. You know? Pretty cool. White Shadow. Shadow knows. All right, I'm going to put that now. Set it over here. Okay, we looked at that. So yeah, that was courtesy of Brian, really. Brian at Phil's Comics. I think Brian's pretty much taken over there. I think it's Brian's store now, but it's going to keep the name in honor of Phil. I think Phil's just retiring. I don't know what's going on, but I never see him anymore. Brian's looking at expanding to a bigger location and all right next door. He's just going to take over a thing next door, I think, if I understood it correctly, and expand the store. So it looks like he's in some decision-making power, at least. But I got Wolverine number 27. So I've been getting Wolverine from the beginning. I think I've got every Wolverine comic that's ever come out, including his Marvel Comics Presents appearances, and of course, the Hulk issues. Of course. I get the X-Men Legends because these are retellings of classic stories. So it's a new art and new script, but I think they're putting them in between. Like, yeah, this event occurs after Long Shot 1 through 6. So I think what it is they're sort of filling in some gaps, I guess. So it's a 6-issue miniseries of Long Shot, and then when Long Shot showed up in the comic in the X-Men comics with Mojo and all those guys, then there was something was going on, but they didn't fill that gap in. So this is the one that's filling in the gap. This series fills in the gaps between key events that you didn't see the gap before. So it's been an interesting series, and I just got him. He's in a pile that I'm going to show in a minute. I just got a version of Long Shot. I get Exterminators. This one's brand new series, just started out. Issue number 2 here. Now there's only one reason I picked this up. It's because of Laura being in it. X-23 is a character that's in this comic. I follow X-23. So whatever, she was in X-Men Red, so I was getting X-Men Red. Now she's in Exterminators, so I'm getting Exterminators. So whatever book they put her in is the book I'm going to read and follow to keep in touch with her character. And then once in a while they do a solo series of her. I feel like Marvel has a way of testing the waters, once in a while, and they'll do like a 6 or 12 issue series. And if it doesn't sell high numbers, they kind of let it go away, and then they just put that character to keep her around. They put the character in other books and on a team. So now she's teamed up with like sparkly girl here. What the hell? Why can't I remember her name? Jubilee. I think is that Magic, and then the girl who phases through walls. Is that who that is? Kitty Pryde. Is it? No, that's not Kitty Pryde. It's Dazzler. Dazzler's in there. Oh, Boom Boom. That's not Magic. It's Boom Boom. So yeah, there we go. So here's the people that are in it. Dazzler, Allison Blair, Boom Boom, Tabitha Smith, Jubilee, named Jubilation Lee, and Wolverine, Laura Kinney. Yeah. So those are the 4 that are in it. That was quite handy. I could have just opened the book and we'd be talking about it. But yeah. So I haven't even read issue 1 yet. I haven't read any of this yet. So sometimes I wait for 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 issues to come out, and I'll just sit down and read them all at once. And then I can go to another pile that I got 3 or 4 of and read all at once, So this one's really a mature audience. So... And a pervert vampire. That's funny. It says it contains graphic violence, drug reference, suplexes, partial nudity, and a pervert vampire. Reader discretion is advised. Do you really get that detailed when you're giving a mature audience thing, or is it just for jokes? Yeah, whatever. We could get a Citizen Black Panther watch. But yeah, so they'll keep these characters around in a team up book like this, and then because Laura Kinney, a female version of Wolverine, should be more popular than she is, and she should be able to hold her own in her own book. But So far, that hasn't happened. Every time they do her own book, it only lasts a year or so and then goes away. But because maybe I'm the only one buying it. Maybe I'm the only one who likes that character. I don't know. And the other one I follow is Silk on the Spider-Man universe. I like a character called Silk, and I will do the same thing. Whatever she's in, whatever they team her up with, I'll buy that book just to follow the character because I like that character. And they're both more modern characters, so there's not a lot to go back and collect if you've missed something. Venom number 12. I wasn't getting the Venom series on its own, but I got some subscriptions from Marvel, and this one actually came in the mail. That's why it's not in a bag right now. And on my subscription service from direct from Marvel, well, it actually gets shipped out from some other comic store, Moon. I don't remember what it is, but they have the contract for sending out the stuff that Marvel subscribers get to. But anyways, I got a thing where I could pick like 4 or 5, I think it was 5 Marvel subscriptions, and you'd get them for like $5 each. So, normally they cost around $40 a year to subscribe to a Marvel comic. I think it's like $45 direct from Marvel, and they'll show up in your mailbox. And they do put them with like a little backing board and in a plastic bag, but the plastic bag is like a shipper bag. It's not something you would store the comic in for all time. And the backer board is really a thick advertisement for buying more comics from Marvel or something. You know what I mean? So it's not something that you use as a real backer board. So you always have to rip them open, take the comics out. But as you can see, you still get the comic in good shape because it's got the board and everything in it. So you're not going to get a comic that's bent in half or ruined by the mail, because they really do try to make it, come to you flat. And if something does go wrong, you just go on their website and tell them, and they'll send you a second copy without even questioning. They won't even they don't even ask for the old one back. You just keep them both, So it works out. But yeah, so because of that, I got a few things that I don't normally collect, and I got Venom, and that's pretty cool. But the more, and what I found out with the Marvel subscription service is the more you buy, the less your subscription becomes. So the first one might be $40 to $45 if you just get one. But if you buy, like, say, 3, the subscription price for all 3 goes down to $40. And then if you were to buy, say, like 6 or 7 different comics as it might go down to $35 per comic, per title, So the more you buy, you can get it as much down to, like, say, around, because to be quite frank, I ended up going crazy because I got the first 5 for $5 each. And then I went, I want to try and see what happens if I get like 6 or 7 other ones. And it went down all the way to $30 per comic for the year because of the number of subscriptions I got, including that. And the 5 that I already had counted. So that's kind of what it was. The 5 that I already had kicked in another discount with the other stuff. So then I was like, well, how far can I take this discount down by getting multiple? And it kind of stopped around that $28, 28 and change was, I think, the lowest one. So I thought that was pretty good, because if you think about it, these are generally around $4 per issue. So 12 issues would be close to that $45, right? 12, because 10 issues would be 40. 11 would be 44, and then 48. So 48. So you're saving a little bit of money with the $40 subscription, but getting it all the way down to 28, something like that, you're cutting it in half pretty much. You know what I mean? So you're down to where you're spending around $2 per issue and some change rather than $4 an issue. So it really becomes worth it to subscribe if you're someone who gets multiple titles from the Marvel. If you're like me and you buy, I get Ghost Rider, I get this, I get Star Wars. Star Wars is a Marvel comic, it counts, and there's like 10 different Star Wars titles, so you can do it just with Star Wars, you know. But anyways, yeah. So it becomes real, not to like kick you out of going to your local comic store, but I'm just saying, you know, you can get some Marvel stuff for cheap. So I got an Avengers 55 variant edition with like Phoenix Spider Girl. I gotta check this out. I don't know who this is, but it's awesome. It's definitely a Phoenix character, but she looks spider-like, you know? So yeah, I can't wait to read this one and figure out what's going on there. So these came from the comic store. Ghost Rider #2. I only got it because the cover looks cool. His face is melting off. Look at that. Oh, and turning into Ghost Rider. And I have Ghost Rider 1 tucked away somewhere, but I haven't really... I may have subscribed. I think I may have... That might be one that I got in the $5 thing just so I could see what's going on. But I know what happens, too, is you won't get the first issue from subscribing for like it's almost 2 months. So you either have to wait until the first issue shows up and go, oh, it's issue #3. I have to go back to the comic store and get #1 and 2. Or you just guess. Like I just guessed and I got #1, I got #2, and I'll probably go buy #3 if they haven't started showing up by the time that comes out. And you might end up with a duplicate, but who cares? You know, it's like I don't want to miss it. I'd rather not miss an issue. Star Wars #25. This is awesome, right? I mean, it's got Obi-Wan and Anakin up top. You've got the Seventh Sister and Darth Vader, and we got Kylo Ren and Poe and the Grand Inquisitor there. This is a cool cover. I like this cover a lot. It's like through the years. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's pretty cool. There might be other... I wonder if there's other covers that connect. You know what I mean? I have to look that up. I don't always get that stuff. Mr. B. Good morning, Mr. B. How you doing? Good morning, Jonathan Redmond. That does sound awesome way to buy comics. Affordable way to buy comics, you know? An affordable way. This is a facsimile recreation of Spider-Man #1. So sometimes, like, I don't own Spider-Man #1, and sometimes what Marvel does is they will make a reprint, and this is a modern reprint. So it's on glossy paper all the way through. And they enhanced the cover with modern today colors and everything and made it. But it is essentially the exact comic that you would have got back in the 63 or whatever this was, in 66. I don't remember what year this was, but long time ago. But since I don't own #1, a real one, I took advantage and got the reprint that just came out because I think it looks really cool. And you can clearly tell because it says $3.99. It wouldn't have been $3.99 back in, I think it was 10 cents. It might even been, I think it was 10 cents. Spider-Man 2099 Exodus. This is the Fortnite variant cover. Fortnite is sponsoring Marvel and doing variant covers on a lot of their comics. And I don't know, something about this one. I just thought I like Spider-Man 2099. Fortnite's really popular. Maybe I should just get this just for the hell of it. You know, sometimes I do that. I just see a cover and go, that looks kind of cool. Let me grab that. I don't know. I don't read this. I don't do Fortnite, but I don't know. It was just one of those things. Star Wars 22. I got to put them in order, too, because I haven't put these in order yet. Still part of the Crimson Reign stuff. I'm going back a little bit. That's done. Spider-Man #1. This is a new series, it's Spider-Man. So Amazing Spider-Man is the main Spider-Man series. And every once in a while they'll have a parallel series, like Spectacular Spider-Man was one. They had Peter Parker, the whatever Spider-Man. There was a second one. There was another one, and sometimes they just have it called Spider-Man, and now they're bringing it back. That's why it says Series 4 also, because this is Volume 4 of Spider-Man. As just Spider-Man, not counting Amazing Spider-Man. And Amazing Spider-Man's still going on alongside this. This is another parallel series, but because they just realized they can sell a ton of Spider-Man comics. He's super popular, so why not do two? And I fall for it, so I buy both. And this is the variant, the toy. It looks like a Marvel Legends box or a Black Series box. Toy version of what's going on this is the Oscorp Spider-Man suit, and so this is going to have something to do with Oscorp giving Spider-Man a new suit and him working with them, I guess. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know what's going on yet. But whenever there's an action figure variant cover, and that's done by the same guy, I always forget his name. Is it JCW, John Christopher something, right? Or is it JCS, JWS? Is it John William Smith, John Christopher Smith? I don't know. See, I always forget his name. Is the Dark Horse Comics canon? So no, Dark Horse, the old Dark Horse, it's not really canon, but it's what they call legends now. However, some of those legends have become canon. So it's kind of like, it's sort of like in our real life. Like if you look at mythology, like previously everyone thought Troy was just a myth. The city of Troy, the telling of that story, the Battle of Troy and Helen of Troy and all that. We thought it was a myth. We thought it was just a story, like made up just as much as Spider-Man is made up. But then that archaeologist guy listened to the story and took it as truth, and he actually dug right where they said Troy would be, and he found the city of Troy. He actually found it. So the story of Troy and that battle has mythical elements to it that we know can't possibly be true, because some of the stuff the guys do in that, like flying through the air, doing their things, you know what I mean? Like it's probably exaggerated. But there's a basis in that legend or myth of truth. So that's how they're treating the Dark Horse comics right now in canon. They are legends and mythology that are supposedly told in the Star Wars universe, but not all of it. There's bits and pieces that are ending up being true, but not all of it is canon true. You know what I mean? So, because they've brought Thrawn into it. So Thrawn used to be a legend. Now he's canon because he was brought into Star Wars Rebels. So what Dark Horse and what those novels did for Thrawn is considered a legend, a story that's told by people in the Star Wars universe as a legend surrounding Thrawn. Like, did you hear what happened, about this or that? But it might not necessarily have ever really happened. I think that's how they're treating Dark Horse. But what's interesting about Dark Horse is Marvel and Disney have agreed to let Dark Horse continue with the stuff that doesn't deal with the current characters. So Dark Horse is going to bring back the Old Republic stuff. They're going to bring back the stuff in the future with Cade Skywalker and that stuff. So what I think they called Star Wars Legacy back in the day. And so Dark Horse is going to be doing Star Wars comics again. They're coming back next year, I think it is. And they're going to be doing specifically stuff called Star Wars Legends. And they are going to do the stuff that's outside of what we're dealing with in the stories, the comics, the TV shows, the movies. So they're going to be talking about Old Republic stuff that happened tens of thousands of years, 3,000 years ago and beyond. And then they're going to be, because they might even go back into like Tales of the Jedi period, if you remember those comics that they did, that Dark Horse did, which to me were some of my favorites. I loved the Tales of the Jedi and Frieden Nod and all that stuff. I loved that stuff. The lore The artwork isn't that good, but the storytelling and the lore of those comics, well, I love that stuff. And so I think Dark Horse is going to go back and do that, and they're going to go to the future, which, like with Cade Skywalker, wasn't Cade Skywalker like 2 or 3 generations out? Like he was Luke Skywalker's great grandson or something like that. I don't remember how it worked out, but he was a couple generations out from Luke, and so you might think like 200 or 300 years in the future. And but I don't remember exactly, but someone out there might know if you guys can remember when that took place. But it was in the future, so they might go back to that stuff. I heard Dark Horse might, and then they might just come up with some new stories to tell that's outside of the years we're dealing with on the television shows and the movies. And they do want to keep it separated by a few hundred years to 1,000 years at least on either end, because they don't want any chance of overlapping with Dark Horse. And then Marvel Comics is going to deal with the stuff that's related to the movies and the TV shows and things like that. So you are going to now have 2 publishers doing Star Wars, Dark Horse being Star Wars Legends material, and Marvel being what they consider Star Wars canon material. But I also think it's a clever move by Disney, because I guarantee you, if Dark Horse hits on a major hit, like it's like testing the water without spending any money, because so if Dark Horse say they bring back Cade Skywalker and he becomes super popular and is like the best-selling Star Wars comic of all time, Disney's not going to sit by and go, well, they're going to be like, we're grabbing it. Okay, somehow Luke had a kid. We haven't shown it yet, but we're going to write this in. And then that kid secretly went on to, and now Cade Skywalker showing up. You know what I mean? I guarantee that they won't let something go if it becomes the best-selling thing and is super popular. So, but I mean, it's got to hit, for them to do that, it's got to hit high marks. So it's not like they're going to just grab everything Dark Horse does. But I think that I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibilities, what I'm saying. The artwork's cool. Nothing pre-Disney is canon anymore. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. None of the novels. Yeah, the novels, the comic books, nothing pre-Disney is supposedly canon. It's all relegated to this gray area they now call Legends, and Disney's pulling stuff out of Legends and making it canon, but doing it in a different way. So those are, like kind of like how I was trying to say, they're just Legends, Yeah, exactly. They had a hard time keeping things straight in the beginning. They just kind of ran with it because they really wanted to get stuff on the shelf. Yeah, how he got Fett's armor. Exactly. Yep. Blue Sasquatch, how you doing? Spider-Man's made up. That's folly. Good morning. Oh, geez. Disney making that so confusing. They are. They are. It's... in their minds, I think it's a marketing thing. It's just, Yeah, super awesome science is starting to fit into Star Wars. So yes, this crazy science theories into Star Wars and trick us into believing Atlantis is real because Gungans had an underwater city. Exactly, the Gungans were the Atlanteans. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So then I got issue 2 of the new Spider-Man series, and there's Gwen Spider on there. It's a multiverse looking thing, I guess. New character, Gold Goblin, got his book here. You can see the Green Goblin underneath it, hinting that the Green Goblin might still be inside Norman Osborn, ready to burst out. But Norman is supposedly a reformed man, and now he wants to become good and help Spider-Man save the city as the Gold Goblin. And we'll see how long that lasts, because lurking underneath is probably the Green Goblin still, and he will show his ugly face and fight Spider-Man. But this might be the first full appearance of Gold Goblin, and definitely the first cover appearance, I think, of Gold Goblin. I think, if I remember right. So I had to grab it. It's the first ongoing series with Gold Goblin. I think it's only 4 or 5 issues, so it's not going to be a long ongoing series. Because again, Marvel likes to test the waters, see how people react. But if he takes off, it's a weird thing with modern books. If this takes off in a few months to a year from now, this could be one of those things that's like, you can't find this for less than $100 now. And it's like, what the hell? And I don't know how many times I've seen that happen in the last couple of years. And it just blows me away. The modern comic industry, it's kind of like the toy industry, where like that Boba Fett figure, that's the 80th one that's come out, you know what I mean? For some reason, that one's got a different colored arm. And it's like, and then a year from now, they're selling for $100 to $200. And you're like, why? Don't we have like 60 Boba Fetts? Who cares? But it does. And that's the same thing. Once in a while, there's a comic and it just takes off. And you're like, I remember seeing that for cover price. Why didn't I just buy it then? Like, now it's worth it. Because you can just, yeah. I like Peach Momoko. Peach Momoko is a Japanese artist. She mostly does covers. She's done a couple of issues here and there where she's done the entire comic. But she's got a very unique watercolor painting style that she does these comics in. And then they translate that painting that she does into a cover for the comic. And she usually does a variant issue. So Demon War, Shield of Justice. This is, I think, a Spider-Man Demon War thing coming up. And it might include the Avengers. I'm not 100%, which is why it says Shields of Justice. I don't know. But I like I said, I haven't read these yet. I'm not familiar with where we are or what's going on. But I'm getting Demon Wars. It's a short series, just 4 or 5 issues, and then it'll have some repercussion in the Spider-Man issues going on after it, So they do this a lot. What happens is Spider-Man issue 39 will come out, so let's say, and then it ends a story arc inside the Spider-Man comic. And then they'll do a mini-series like this that is 4-issue mini-series called Demon Wars. And there's some villain that does something to Spider-Man, and he like makes him a demon, or have him fight a demon, or whatever. I don't know. And then issue 39 will come out, and you're like, or 30. But I say 39 first, so issue 40 will come out. I don't know. So somewhat future issue 40 or 41 will come out, and it'll be like dealing with the repercussions of what Spider-Man just went through in that 4-issue miniseries. So if you're only getting Amazing Spider-Man, you're like 38's cool, 39's cool, it ends the story. 40 is a standalone story that just has them doing, it starts in this book and ends in that book. And then 41 says, oh my gosh, I can't believe what I just went through in Demon Wars. That was terrible. And now I've got this extra arm. And you're like, what? How did Spider-Man get an extra arm? And it'll be like, and it's a demon arm. It talks to me while I'm doing it. You're like, and it changes the character in a way that you're just like, crap. Now I got to go back and find out what happened and look for Demon Wars 1 through 4, figure out what. So to stop that madness, I just get the miniseries. And I'm a sucker because Marvel's doing it just to make a few extra bucks. But so I'm a sucker, and I just get those 4-issue miniseries things and keep along with my Spider-Man story so it's uninterrupted. And I even do a thing in my box. So my Spider-Man run will be like da-da-da-da-da, and then there'll be 4 issues of something that then Spider-Man will continue. Because if I ever go back and read them again in order, I don't want to have to go hunting for, wait a minute, where does this, like, in between this issue and this issue, something happened. And I have to go hunt for this 4-issue miniseries in a random box, So, yeah, I'll even put these in line with the Spider-Man in my box so I don't lose track of the story. But Peach Momoko's major, and so when she does a variant cover, I will purchase it with that variant cover instead of the regular cover. Wolverine 26, isn't that a cool image? Oh, look at that. Beast in the background. Wolverine, oh, so good. Kira on the cover here of Star Wars Hidden Empire. Again, I haven't read this yet, but it looks great. Kira looks awesome on the cover of this comic. It doesn't really look like Amelia Clark, but, trust me, it's Kira. Darth Vader. Now, this again is a variant edition cover because I liked the cover. So I got a variant. A lot of times I'll look at the different variants and I'll just pick the cover I like the best. And this is celebrating 45 years of Star Wars. So there's going to be a variant cover for most of the Star Wars this month and next month probably. But yeah, that looks sick, right? That is so cool. Again, that'd be a good t-shirt. I always get the action figure variants. So this is the action figure variant for issue 28 of Star Wars. Rune Haku. And it'd be so cool. I guess they are doing these kind of things when they do the vintage series, right? We need these characters in the vintage series, though, don't we? The vintage collection from Hasbro. Number 29, Queen Padme Amidala with the Naboo gown. Again, that's a beautiful, beautiful. Like, I really want. He should just be working for Marvel or for Hasbro and doing their vintage collection because I think these are great. And when I was at Tate's Comics, I saw this sitting there, and I had to buy it. I don't remember if I have R5D4, but he had it marked at $4.25, I think it was. And it was a $4 comic to begin with. So he was basically just asking for a quarter over retail. And I was like, well, even if I already have it, I love R5D4, so I wouldn't mind having two of them. But I just didn't remember seeing this cover in my collection. Because every once in a while, my comic store doesn't get enough, of the variants. Because I don't know how that works. Like, is it random? Like, I don't know. And so sometimes I end up missing one and I have to go hunting it down later. There's a new Batman story, Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. And I read this one when I got home because it looked so cool. And then I called Brian up and was like, yeah, I'll get all 5. I think this is a 5-issue miniseries. And I don't get Batman as an ongoing series, but I like Batman as a character. And I especially like the dynamic between Batman and the Joker. And this is really, really good. Greg Capullo's the artist, and it is just Silvestri. Mark Silvestri is the writer, and this thing is just incredible. This is I was blown away just by this first issue. I think this is another Killing Joke. You know how popular the Killing Joke is, and how good that they made it into an animated film, and it was really good. I think this is the next Killing Joke. This is such a good Joker story that I'm putting it right up there with Killing Joke. So we'll see by the time it ends. Boom, 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 boom. Has anyone seen my pink flamingo? It wandered off and now I can't find it. No. I actually don't think I've seen a pink flamingo anywhere around here. I'm looking everywhere, but I don't know if I don't know where that went. It's a Christmas flamingo. It's a thing. Christmas time means flamingos from now on. Super Saiyan Green Goblin. Robot. He's Rolando Bot, not robot. Rolando Bot. John, is that Gold Goblin book taking part in the same universe that Norman ran the Dark Avengers? Yes, it is the same. Yes. And I know you're going to say, isn't he dead? or something. Or in like his brain got destroyed. Yeah. And it's the same universe where eventually, didn't he I think he went into somebody else's body or something, didn't he, at one point? But yes, it's still all connected, and nothing that actually happens to a character ever stays happen to a character. They always somehow retcon it and fix it so he's back. The Pink Flamingo is another victim of Super John. I blinked. He knows. He really does know. The Shadow knows. John, how does Marvel ship the subscriptions? Is it in a Gemini mailer and issues when condition? No, they do not ship in a box. They do not ship in a box. CLZ. Low. CLZ? What is CLZ? I don't know what CLZ is. Let me know what CLZ is. No, they do not ship in a box. I did have one earlier that I could show as an example because Venom I've been getting in the mail. So they do come in good condition. This one came right out of the mailer bag that they sent me, and you can see there's not even any corner dings. There's no flaws on this at all. So I have no issue. Midtown Comics, that's who sends them out. It's Midtown. Midtown Comics is doing the subscriptions for Marvel. They have a deal with Midtown. So everything that Marvel, you subscribe through the Marvel website, I think what they do is they just ship it all to Midtown, and then Midtown goes through the list and picks all the comics for the people and sends them to them. So they're the ones that are distributing it for Marvel Comics. I know it doesn't make sense. Why would Marvel just send them the comics and then have them do it? Especially when there's a big discount. Like how much? Like literally, some of these were $5 of subscription for the whole year, and then others, the ones that I got on a deal, I got a code from somewhere. I don't even remember where I got it, but and then the other ones came down to around $28 was the lowest one I think I got for the year. That's 12 issues for 1 year for $28. So I don't think you can beat that deal anywhere. You know what I mean? $28 for 12 issues. I just don't think you can get that low a discount at any comic store. So but they literally show up with a cardboard. I might have the cardboard backing still. I might have one I didn't throw away. Let me go get it. This is turning into a commercial for Marvel subscription. They need to pay me, right? And correct. The LCS is the variants. They aren't given randomly. Yeah, that's the other issue too. If you want variant covers, you do still have to go to your local comic store. In the subscription, you will only get the direct edition. So you don't have a choice what cover you're getting. So if you do want a variant cover, you do still have to go to your local comic store for that variant cover. That is also a good point. But they do have to buy the variant. Okay. So maybe he just doesn't. I don't know. I don't know why I miss one once in a while, but yeah. How many chances are people going to give Norman? Like everyone, the dude goes evil. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Why would the people trust him? You're right. Yeah. Got your setup turned around. Good. Too good to face us. No, Dandy, I wanted to try a different angle to give the table more room because the table, I keep bumping into my laptop when I do it all on the same table. And so I'm trying to do, yeah. Good morning, Dandy, by the way. How you doing? Are you guys doing fitness today? Because I'm rambling an awful lot this morning, and I don't know how I'm in. So anyway, so here is literally the bag it shows up in. Like, flash, there's my address. Right there's my address. You know what I mean? So they print my address on the back of this box, this little paper. It's a cardboard backing, and the comic is put on that backing and put in this bag, this little bag, and it literally shows up like that in my mail. And to my surprise, I was worried to death. But to my surprise, I have now received probably around 20 different comics this way, and they're all like this. They all show up. No corners bent. Nothing. Whatever deal Midtown Comics and Marvel has with the post office treats these like gold because I have not had a single issue so far come wrecked. They've all been just like you see this one. This one came out of this exact bag. This literally came out earlier yesterday, and it's just like I grabbed it off the newsstand or got it at my local comic store. There's no issues at all. So, and I haven't had an issue yet. And they claim that if I do have an issue, I just go on Marvel's website and say my issue showed up bent or broken, ripped, torn, whatever. I'm unhappy with the condition for whatever reason. And they send you a second copy of it free of charge. And you don't even have to send back the old one. You just keep the broken one, the damaged one, and you get a new one. So they claim, I haven't used it yet because, like I said, none of mine have come busted up. But they claim that they will fix the problem pronto with no charge, and you don't even have to send back the other one. G.I. Joe $2.99. I always get G.I. Joe. This G.I. Joe series is the only G.I. Joe series that I pick up for comic books. It's done by Larry Hama, the same guy that did the comics way back in the 80s for Marvel. And the reason this is issue $2.99, even though it's IDW, is because IDW got the rights to the Marvel comics, and they were able to pick up right where Marvel left off. So what was it, like issue 147 or something like that Marvel stopped at when they canceled G.I. Joe? So IDW picked up at 148 and kept going with that story and got the same writer, Larry Hama, and Larry Hama does the art on some of these. This cover was not done by Larry Hama. It's somebody else. JS someone. But look at what's on the cover of this. Are you guys seeing this? Who's that guy? What are these red guys with the skulls on their head? But who are these guys? What's going on? So, yeah. It looks like everyone in the UK might be super excited to see that Cobra has a new ally. And, yeah. Do you recognize them, Rum? Do you know what I'm talking about? Jonathan, anyone? Do you recognize? Who else would know these, like, right off the top? Mr. B, where are you from? Do you know these? So, yeah, this is, I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because this is really cool. So the universes are merging for real, not just UK toys, but they're merging for real. This is Star Wars: A Little Break. They're doing. I think there's a lot of one shot or some few things that are doing that are just like a few issue story. The Calculus of Loss, Star Wars number 28. This is the regular cover. We saw the action figure cover for this one a little bit ago. Actually, didn't we see 28 and 29's action figure covers? Yeah, but yeah, they're doing something interesting with some of these covers, because this is Parties Over at Christian Disco. Bounty Hunters number 28. There's Bosk. Look at that. Cool. Forlam and Zuckus. Great. Cool. They're still doing some lightsaber variants. There's Lord Momon on the cover of this one. Dr. Afro number 24 variant edition. If I like the lightsaber cover, I've been getting those variants as well, and I kind of liked this one with Lord Momon. Thought it was pretty cool. Not streaming today, dealing with an ill family member. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that I hope that they recover well soon. Super impressive considering today's shipping issues. Yes, Romu's still there. CLZ is an app that helps you catalog your comics. Oh, yes. The app can scan or add menu. Love it. Quickly shows me the holes. Yeah, I have them written down, so that might be a better thing to do. I have them all written down. So I have them written down in the little what is it? The notepad thing that comes with your phone. There's that little notepad thing. I have them written in there like what I need. And that is, yeah, you got to scroll down. It's a pain. So I'll check this out. It might be something better to use. That sucks. Hope they feel better soon. Yeah. We hope they do. Yeah. Red Shadows and Baron Ironblood. Yeah, Jonathan knows. Jonathan knows. The bootleg G.I. Joes, Rolando. Wow. Yeah, he's like, wow, Baron Ironblood. You shut your evil mouth, Rolando. Action Force are awesome. The Red Shadows. They know. Classified teams so need to make Red Shadows. Well, you know what would be interesting is if, they're looking at these IDW comics and G.I. Joe, I'm sure they don't do some of this stuff on a whim. Hasbro is still in control of G.I. Joe. So I wonder if G.I. Joe if Hasbro tells the comic, we want you to start moving in this direction because we have an idea, and then so they test the waters in the comic, and then we start seeing these Red Shadow action figures, right? Morning, Chris, 1000th Ghost. And again, if anyone wants to join me, feel free to click the link at the very top and pop in and say hello. And 1000th Ghost. Hey, Chris. Morning, Chris. How you doing? Not bad so far. Rum, are you finding any good bargains on Amazon UK? Everything is all slight reduction on scalper level prices. CLZ is great, but for a large collection, I got bored and stopped adding them in. Yeah, that's the problem too. There's like there's hundreds of thousands of comics in my collection stored in 3 different locations. So I don't know if I can actually catalog all the old ones. Blinky filling me boots. You found anything good? Exactly, John. Red Shadows are not common in G.I. Joe as mercs for hire. They even have the Robo Skull in the comic. Yeah. Not canon in G.I. Joe as mercs for hire. They even have the Robos. Yeah, so I don't know what see, the other thing too is I know that when Hasbro sees a crowd-funded project like on Kickstarter or someone making 3D models, they really wish they could stop that stuff. They don't want people to be able to do that. And I don't know what kind of deal Hasbro has with the characters that were in Action Force. Like, because G.I. Joe transitioned over to Action Force in the UK, does that mean that some of the earlier characters got folded into Hasbro as well? Like Baron Ironblood and these Red Shadows? Or do they still have a license somewhere else? That's the thing I don't know. And then, so like when someone goes and makes like that, was it a Kickstarter Robo Skull? Does Hasbro see that as a competition that they wish they could stop, but they don't have anything to do about it? They can't do anything because it's technically considered art and it's crowdfunded, and technically they're not supposed to make any money off it, but they're going to make such low amount of money that it's not worth Hasbro getting all these lawyers and spending $100,000 to stop them. You know what I'm saying? Like if they sold 1 million of that Robo Skull and the guys became billionaires for selling just the Robo Skull, then I think Hasbro or someone would go after them for making the Robo Skull. Do you get what I'm saying? But since it's not going to be that much, and they're probably going to walk away with 10 grand profit in their pockets if they even have that, because they want to make it for the love of the toy, not to become millionaires. And so it's not worth going after them for 10, 15 grand or 20 grand. I don't even think it's worth it for them to go after someone who makes 100 grand off of something they do. There's a point that you have to cross before the big companies will bother with you. And I don't know what that point is, but the other issue is that Robo Skull under license anywhere? Does Hasbro even own it? So when I see things like this in the comics, like I can't help but look at that comic and see what's going on with these things showing up in the G.I. Joe comic without saying, is Hasbro trying to put precedent out there saying these are our characters, these are our vehicles, they're now in the comics, we've written about them, we've shown them off, like, so now we can go after people who make these things, you know. And kind of like when everyone was 3D printing that Boba Fett sitting on the throne, and then immediately it was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, the throne room thing. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't plan on making that as a mass market thing. They were like, oh crap, we got to design this and get it out there because people are making 3D prints of it, and we can't stop them if we don't have something to show the courts that, you know what I mean, that we are making this and this is a ripoff. You know, it's a copy. It's a, you know what I mean? Like, so sometimes I think things like that. I don't think that they do it because they planned on making that set, like the Boba Fett throne room. I think the only reason we got that throne room from Boba Fett is because people 3D printed their own. You know what I mean? And now if that took off to a meteoric thing with the 3D printing, they could stop it because they could say, well, it's copying our own. Because you're not supposed to like directly copy like Serpentor or Mojo or something, you know what I mean, in a 3D printed environment and put out the exact same figure that Hasbro put out. I think that's illegal. But so I sometimes think that they do it after the fact because they want to, I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say? But I don't know toy law, so I'm not. Now a thing rum. Now all stupid prices. RoboSkull is a rental. Is it really? Let me edit my awful spelling, YouTube. It's 2022 for God's sake. Hasbro lost copyright case over Transformers and third party. It blew up in their faces big time. They're not going to go near the RoboSkull. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I've always wondered that too. Like, how did the Transformer guys get away with making those blatant, you know, some of them are better. But I guess they're not the exact same, because they don't name them the same. They don't put out a thing and say it's Devastator. You know what I mean? Where the RoboSkull was actually called the RoboSkull. It was the same damn thing. You know what I mean? And I get what the third-party Transformers guys are doing, because they name them a different name. And then they can basically say, just because he's green and has, you know, construction vehicles inside of him doesn't mean he's Devastator. He's the Constructo guy, you know. So I'd like to know why they lost that and how that worked out, because there's a chance that things like that could increase the interest and possibly fan base. Could be a good thing for them in the long run if they pick up new fans. Yeah, that too. You know what I mean? Because the other side of it to look at is maybe we would never have got a Hasbro version of that, like a throne room that has all that stuff, if the 3D printed one never came out. That's the other way to look at it, you know, because the 3D printed guys aren't going to be able to sell you that entire set with all those extra pieces for that price. You know what I mean? So you do have that going back and forth. You're right. Interesting, because Valaverse bought the X-Force name. Not sure how a Kickstarter got away with a RoboSkull. Pretty blatant, although the brand is called Skeletron. Oh, see? So it's not called the RoboSkull. I thought it was, but it's called the Skeletron. See, so that's how I think they get away with it. And the same thing with the third-party Transformers. They're all named a different name. And there's a weird way to get around some of this stuff by just saying it's not that. It just happens to look a lot like it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happened with a little industry turned into a massive business after that court case. Wow. Yeah. Because they're not exactly the same. They do it, and quite frankly, some of those third-party companies on the Transformers do them better. They're better than anything Hasbro's put out. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like a spit in the face at Hasbro. You know, Dr. Afro number 25, Desolation. I don't know who she is, but I'll find out when I read these. Dr. Afro number 26, Friends and Enemies. And there's Afra on the cover. Wolverine 25. It's a Judgment Day one. plus a 25 issue celebration story. That's also a cool cover. I like that cover on this one. And oops, I already got this one. I guess I bought a duplicate of number 27. So whatever. I'll bag those up. Whatever. So there we go. Those are the comics. We did a comic talk. We spent a lot more time on comics than I thought we would. I thought that would just be a quick thing. Here's an issue. Here's an issue. Here's an issue. But it sparked a lot of conversation, which is cool. All right, now we can get into what I recently picked up here. So we got mail stuff that came in the mail, and then we'll get things I bought at the comic stores when I was up with my brother. So I recently picked up the Star Trek figure pack from Playmobil. Correct me, was this $10 or $12? I don't remember what it was, but that one day Amazon and Entertainment Earth were both having like tons of sales, and this was one of the ones that was discounted. They were almost 50% on a lot of the Playmobil stuff. So I bought the Firehouse from Ghostbusters, and I bought the Haunted Mansion from Scooby-Doo, and they were all like 47% off. And they're still in the shipper box. I haven't even opened the box because I don't know where to put them. They're so big. So I haven't even opened that yet from the mail. I don't even know if they came in good condition or not. But this came separately for some reason, even though I ordered on the same order. And I opened this. It's got Spock, Kirk and Spock, McCoy and Uhura. And I think it's pretty cool. I like these little guys. Yeah, I like them. I think they're pretty cool. So a neat little box there. And then look at this. It is the Jurassic Park. This is from Mattel, direct from Mattel.com. And boy, this was an issue. So the first time they sent me this, instead of getting just this cool Jurassic Park thing, I got some damn Uno game about artwork, like the artist Uno game. And I had to call them up and they had to send me a label, and I had to do a return. And then there was some dumb thing where they can't find what I was first looking for, which was this. And they went, we're going to refund all your money. And then they called me. They actually called me up, not kidding. They called me on the phone and they said, oh, we still have some of what you wanted. Do you want to rebuy it? And I'm going, oh my God, I just got their refund. And then the lady said, and because of all the hassle, I'll give you free shipping. And I went, okay, I'll get it. And I wanted it still. I was upset that this whole thing happened. So I had to rebuy it, but she gave me free shipping on the second one. So I made out, it was like $6 and something change for shipping from them. So yeah, so now it finally arrived. A million years late, and finally, I mean, it probably took 6 months to work this whole thing out. It was a nightmare. It was such a nightmare. So let's take a look at it. It actually, they don't tape the box. They didn't tape it. It just has a little tab, so you can put everything right back in if you want to. They did not. There's instructions flying all over the place. So you've got Ian Malcolm's book, God Creates Dinosaurs. Look at that. And I got to pick up all these papers here. There's instructions in here. There's something about the battery, and there's something telling you not to eat the toys, because you shouldn't eat toys. They're not food. Bob Vila said he can't do Action Force characters that would open him to legal crap. Hasbro owns the characters. They just let their ownership of the franchise name lapse. Oh, all right. I got you. So they are owned by Hasbro. Okay, so God Creates, it's designed to look like his book. It's really, really thick. Like the joke that the kid had, that his book was that thick. In this revealing memoir, Dr. Ian Malcolm bears his innermost thoughts about the role of God, dinosaurs, and man. With sarcastic yet serious tone, Malcolm brings chaos theories to life in a new and memorable way while uncovering his painful and perilous repercussions. Or it's painful, not his. And there's a little flap back here to get to the battery, so you can put new batteries in if you need. Because this isn't really a book. No, my friends. It is actually a play set. And there's a thing falling down. I don't know what this is. Is that supposed to go over here? I don't know. We'll take it away. We don't need it. There's a door here that opens. What does this do? It doesn't do anything. It just opens up. I don't know what it does. I guess it's supposed to go like that. Okay. There's a little notch in the floor. So we have Ian Malcolm laying down like a glorious god that he is in that control room. And somewhere this has... Oh, I see. We have to do this. Okay. We take this off. Take Malcolm out of his plastic prison and put him on the bed.
That on the tour?
Whoa. Oh, there's lights. Look at this. It lights up here.
Wait a minute. What do you mean it worked? Everything's still off.
What did he say? I can't hear what he said.
I'm now by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos theory.
I'm talking to myself. That's chaos theory.
Life will not be contained.
Life will not be contained.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. That's the one that's from outside though. That's not when he didn't say that in here.
Now eventually you might have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right?
You'll have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, yeah. So there's more lines than what he just said when he was in this room.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't start to think if they should.
Huh.
Life will not be contained.
Life will not be contained.
Wait a minute, what do you mean it worked? Everything's still off.
I don't know what he's saying on the second one there.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
But he's got bandages on his leg there, so it's a special figure. His chest hair is showing. It's all the jacket's open, showing the magnificence that is Jeff Goldblum. And those are real prickly hairs because they're half fly DNA. He's got his watch on. He's in a like Rico Suave pose. And we got this cool play set that has like dinosaur like backdrop and the door open. And there's pegs for people to stand on. So they've got pegs around it. There's another peg up here. They integrated the speaker into the metal grating work, and then the bed. It's too bad it's not a raised bed because he wasn't really laying on the floor, was he? He was on a cot or something. But I guess they kind of chose to do that so he could be in. They could have it. That could be. There should have just been a button.
Talking to myself. That's chaos theory.
Yeah, it should have been a cot and then a button. Just you push a button over here. Why would you do this?
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't start to think if they should.
Because now every time you want to activate it, you're like.
Now eventually they'll have that on the tour.
Yeah. Every time you activate it, you're bouncing him all over the place. Hey, Ian, how you doing?
So preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't start to think if they should.
I think they should have just done a button on the side. I don't know. What do you think? Is that just me? Am I being stupid? Anyways, but I think it's a cool set. I don't know where or how I'm going to display this yet. I actually haven't figured out a way to display any of my Jurassic Park stuff. I have a ton of Jurassic Park stuff. I've been loving this 3 3/4 inch line of Jurassic Park, and I haven't put any of it on display. I have no idea where I'm going to put it because a lot of it's so big that it's going to take up an entire section all on its own, and I don't know where to do that section. So yeah, it's for right now. Everything is just staying in its boxes because I don't know where to put it. So I'm popping him back into his plastic prison, putting this back on there, and we'll just close this back up. We'll put that plastic thing back in wherever that went. I don't know what that's for. Probably to protect the door from getting damaged and scratched, right? Yeah, so there you go. God creates dinosaurs. dinosaurs. What, then God kills dinosaurs? God creates man. Man creates dinosaurs. And then dinosaurs eat man. Women inherits the earth. Is that how it went? Pretty cool, right? I think that's cool. All right, another thing. So recent pickups. So when I was out with David from David World Toys, we stopped at Tate's Comics, and we stopped at Way Back When from our friends Joey and Nilda. And I got a deal from Joey at Way Back When to pick up some 90's Marvel figures. So Joey let me have these for a really good price. Banshee. I don't think I had Banshee. He got a whole pile of these, and I found four of them that I don't think I have. And I was there when he got like 100 of these, and I was just like, oh, can I have a couple? And so we made out a little quick deal to buy a couple of these. So Banshee, they were like $10 each. So and there you go, Longshot. That was the guy we were talking about from the comics. I know I don't have Longshot, so I grabbed him. What's really funny is that, like I said, he probably paid about $2 or $3 each for these. I gave him $10 each for them, so he made money. But they were originally at KB for $6.99. So these really never went up. And in fact, if you go by inflation, you're probably losing money, right? If you even selling them for $10 today, it probably works out to where you've lost money if you paid $7 back in the 90s and you're only getting $10 for them today. Even though that looks on paper like a $3 profit, $4 profit, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, $3 profit. I can't add. I'm. So, but if you add inflation or whatever into it, you're probably not making any money at all. You're probably losing money. Apocalypse with a extending body. I know I don't have Apocalypse, or at least this version of him, so I had to get this. Even though his card's a little damaged, it's got some stress marks here, but I don't care. I haven't seen an Apocalypse in a while, and I really wanted Apocalypse. And Sabretooth with a battle damage action. It's like the He-Man thing. You push it and it flips around. Yeah. Self-healing wounds. So it'll heal itself once he gets wounded. Yeah. Exactly. That's what's going on. And then look at this. Look at this. Oh, cool. Shadows of the Empire swoop bike. Fires high impact proton torpedo. Look at that cool guy who rides it. Yes, purple lightsaber blade. Exclusive swoop trooper figure. Oh, this is awesome. Isn't it awesome? So cool. Star Wars. You can get these 2-packs with the guys fighting each other. You can get a Slave One, a Millennium Falcon, an X-Wing, and you get this cool swoop bike with this missile launcher thing. Yeah, this is awesome. I like that. I think that's cool. So we'll put that there. How's that look? Looking good? Looking good? And then we have, you guys know that I love my generic transforming robots. And I saw this and I had to have it. I was like, oh, can't pass this up. Are you kidding me? This is so terrible. It's awesome. Zybots, changeable robots. Robot changes to bulldozer and back again from Remco. Collectible series number 3 called Earthbreaker. And he is, look at that. That is so terrible, right? That is the worst looking robot ever. And it looks like really cheap plastic. It's so bad. It's like, what the hell? It was 52 cents because these were dollar ones. So when they went on clearance, they had to go for real cheap. But yes, these were basically dollar store robots back in the day. And look how this thing transforms. You just put his arms down and he stands up. You stand him up and it's like, what are they doing? They got like 6 different, his feet fold up and then you put the top on. Yeah, there you go. He is a steamroller thing now, or whatever, shovel, earth moving bulldozer. That's it, bulldozer. Why can't I say what he is? Robot sports car, number 1. Robot pickup campers, number 2. The bulldozer, tractor trailer. I'd like to have that one. That one was cool. Motorcycle guy. Oh my gosh, it's just he stands up and he's under the motorcycle. Look at that. The wheel is on top of his head. He doesn't even have arms. Robot jet fighter. Again, does he even have arms? He's just got what the hell? Tow truck and fire engine. A pickup truck. That's the fire engine I think I have. I think I have one out there. It's really cheap. And a helicopter is number 10. Wow. Yep. These are really, really cheesy. But I think they're cool. Because I'm weird, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. We gotta move this over. Move these guys over. Put that there. Zybots. Is Geek Strong here? Is that what people are saying? Geek Strong is indeed here. Hey, everyone. They're like, what a playset. Who is that, Elvis? I swear he answered you 3 times. It's like he knows what you're asking. Yeah, right? He did. He totally did. Yeah. I can display the Jurassic stuff for you. Women inherit the earth. Yeah. You can send it my way. Hello, Dino. Dino. If you want to join in, click the link above. It's pinned to the top. You can chat with us. Anyone's welcome. You're going to fly solo or wait until next weekend? Hey, Shadow. I'm going through live stream withdrawal. Last night nobody was on. Oh no. They're doing fitness and toys next weekend, so there will be no fitness and toys after this show is done. So we can run a little late if we need to. Went to bed at 1:30, be up at 5. Loved the Zybots. I have a few somewhere. See, Chris is on board. Chris is on board with the Zybots. It's awesome. Still looking for my army ants. Yeah, those were cool. I remember those army ants. Need to grab Geek Strong. I was ignored. Oh, really? I'm sorry. Well, do it now while I'm looking at the screen. Don't let Geek Strong join. He'll show off his army ants. Oh, I think that's a challenge, Geek Strong. Yeah. Come on now that I'm looking at the screen. I'll let you guys in. I didn't know. Well, now I'm going to talk about blah 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 and ignore what's going on over there. Because next we have the box. We have a box next. So this box is from 2 different comic book stores that my brother and I went to on Friday while I was up doing Thanksgiving with my mom and my brother, and my dad drove up and did Thanksgiving with us. It was one of the. It might not be the first time. I think it might be the first time. I can't recall, but my parents divorced when I was around 11 years old, and we didn't do dinners or anything together from that time on. And this year they decided they would do Thanksgiving, and I think we're even doing Christmas together. So, and I know we did Christmas together last year, but this might have been the first Thanksgiving that we all did together. Because last year we got Mark that football helmet from the Seahawks that he's always wanted, and Dad came up for that because it was a special gift. But he pretty much we gave him the gift and my dad left. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he stayed for that long. Where the Thanksgiving thing, he was there for 3 or 4 hours, which surprised me and they were talking. Mom and Dad were sitting in the living room in the TV room watching TV and talking like about the news or something. I don't know, but it was like crap. He spent a couple hours talking to mom. Like that doesn't happen, you know. So it was interesting. Yeah, I'm still in bed. I'm still in bed. He's laying there watching us. Han Solo cup. Solo. All right, let's get into what we got. All right, so let's see. We went to Collector's Comics. Joe Vandergriff, and Joe is in the Treasure Coast. He's really right there in Port St. Lucie. It's right on the coast, US 1, and he's still using Outlook. Look, it says, yeah, Port. You can't really see his address, can you? I don't know. But anyways, Joe at Collector Comics was great. Joe gave us 50% discount on all the stuff we picked up, and he gave me 4 free posters. Look at this. 4 free posters that he had bundled up. He was doing some giveaways during the day, and he said, you know, if you buy something, you have to get entered in our giveaway. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he goes, nobody's bought anything so far, and I have one giveaway to do right at noon. And he opened at 11, and between 11 and 12, he didn't really have any business. So we were like basically his first customers. And then people started coming in like when we were there. So it got busier that hour because us, you know, all of a sudden there's like a couple of us looking through the back issues. So it's just, I think, a matter of people getting up and starting to get going on Friday, you know, they were at all the big stores in the morning and they went hunting for comics in the afternoon. So, but anyways, his first giveaway, oh, pardon me, I'm like dying here. What's going on? His first giveaway of the day was at noon, and it was these 4 posters. And basically, since I was the only one who bought anything, he gave me the 4 posters. So it's like, it wasn't really much of a drawing. But he did put my name in for the other drawings throughout the day, but I didn't hear anything, so I probably didn't win anything else. But he had like a statue to give away. He had a pile of comics. He had some action figures and I think Funko Pops, of course, and some other stuff. But I won the poster pack, so he gave me 4 free posters. We'll take a look at those in a minute. I don't know how we're going to look at them, but we're going to try. We'll try our best. And I don't really know what I'm going to do with the posters either, because I don't really hang a lot of posters around. But anyway, that was Joe at Collector's Comics. Really cool guy. I like him a lot, actually. He was a great one. I wish the store was closer. I'd go more often. But he was selling a lot of things for 50% off, which means some of these action figures, guys, you're not going to believe this. Some of these action figures were $2.50, $3. A couple of them were like $5. I was like, what? What? I'm getting toys for that cheap? So I had to get a few. I did. I had to get a few. I got Lack. Where is Lack? Is Lack on right now? Where are you, Lack? We're saying your name. Lack. And now Lack will show up in the chat, right? Come on in the chat, Lack. We're saying your name. So we got Lack Sivrak. You know, when we saw this, my brother was like, you can't pass this up. You have to get Lack. You can't leave him here. And I was like, all right. And I was like, but I know that Lack was sending me a Lack. So I don't want to, like, you know, offend him by getting one. And Mark's like, no, it's more offensive to leave Lack on the shelf. You have to get Lack. You have to rescue him. So I listened to my brother, and I rescued Lack Sivrak from his prison ever being on that shelf, and now he's home with us. And there's Lack on the back talking to one of the worms from Dune. And we got the crappy looking Jabba the Hutt with Han Solo. We got a Dewback. Neen Num after he went to the gym. Luke Skywalker. Weequay, Lando Calrissian, and a Skiff Guard, plus a cool thing to put all of your freeze frames in. Because this is if you had a light, you could see that that's a freeze frame of that image, you know? So, yeah, Lack Sivrak came home with me. Cool. Where can we put Lack? Over here? Does that work? Yeah, all right. And then we got, oh, look at this. We got, oh my gosh. I don't think this ever happened in the movie. Lacka. Yeah. I'm getting up. I'll join in a few. Oh, here he comes. Greetings, my apprentice. Yes. Hey, Palpatine, how you doing? We yell for Lack and Palpatine shows up. Palpatine, I see you have continued your search for power in the Force. Impressive. Most impressive. Yes, Palpatine. Make sure you tell Lack you got him from Misfit Toys. Rummy, old boy! How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
How you doing?
I thought I'd pop on. Literally, the postman has just been with a box, so I thought, well, if you're doing some unboxings, I'll pop on and open a box as well.
What? Super awesome toys and fitness. Greetings. Do you have it right handy, or do you want? Let's look at the last Star Wars.
You carry on.
We'll look at the last Star Wars figure. Then we'll open your box. So look at this. This is a Darth Maul.
I love that figure.
Yeah, isn't he cool? I don't have this one.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Mark and I both were like, "What?" And so I had to get him. He looks cool.
Yeah, it's
what?
It's like pervy Darth Maul. He's going out flashing.
I wondered, is this like a deleted scene, or was this like a just like an alternate thing, or did they tell you what these are?
I don't know, but I've seen him around for years. Yeah.
Oh, it says
extended universe.
Yeah, it says this is Darth Maul early in his training as a Sith. Yeah. He wears special padding as he learns the ways of hand-to-hand combat and further his something in the dark side of the Force. It's on this little card here. They tell you, but I can't read it all. So yeah, this is like what Darth Vader, Darth Maul as a Sith apprentice. See there, it says it right there. So this is while he was in training. I got you. Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's a cool figure.
Yeah, that is. So I couldn't pass him up, especially for these prices. I was like, are you kidding me? I gotta get these. All right, let's see. These came from the other place. Let me put those aside. Yeah, what's going on here?
I love the Shadows of the Empire stuff. I love that speeder. Have you got the Outrider?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, I really want the Outrider.
I don't know where the box is, but I got it open on my shelf over there with Dash Rendar and Prince Zizor. So another figure I picked up was, I don't have this white droid.
Oh yeah.
And I really want to open it and put it with the other droids, but I don't know if I want to ruin the card. I always go through these like issues of like, And did it get shot? I didn't notice in the movie that it has a hole in its chest. Did it get shot? I know this was the one on Hoth, right? But I don't remember it being shot before. Like I don't remember that. But it's a cool, right? Neat little figure, right?
Don't trust him. I don't trust him, John.
No.
Honest, no. Don't trust him.
Don't
like the look of his eyes, to be honest, John.
Oh, they're kind of squirrely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Squirrely eyes. All right, we'll lay these down.
Keep them away from me. I might have to pluck them.
You pluck them?
Yeah.
You gonna attack?
I might do. I might spring out and. Ka-cha!
And then the other thing I got, now this is something I've been looking for a little while now.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I've been looking for this for a little while now because I want this cool alien action figure. And you get a dancing Twilight girl.
Oh, brilliant.
And she's got bendable knees and everything. So she's actually more than 5 POA.
She's hot.
But yeah, I saw this and I was like, holy crap, and it's 50% off. I was like, I've been looking for this for a while to find a deal on it, and I finally did. Mark was like, why are you getting all excited about this? He's like, it's Watto. He's like, you're stupid. He's like, you're stupid. It's Watto. And I'm like, no, look at the cool dude in the middle. He goes, well, no one knows who that is. But look at him. He's massive.
They made some good sets, man, didn't they? I don't have that one, but that's a cool set. I like Watto. I've
And
got
it's
a few
cloth.
Wattos.
He's got cloth clothing. It's like
Yeah.
this is like getting a Black Series figure, you know?
I didn't realize you get a Twilight Dancer in there, man.
Yeah.
She is hot. She's hot.
Look at
I wonder
that.
if it's Talon pre-conversion to the
There you
Sith.
go. Dark Talon before.
She hasn't turned yet.
Yeah. That's funny. And the little Watto figure, yeah. Which is probably the same Watto we already got, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's not bad. I mean, look at this. It had some dust on it. It was sitting in his shop for I don't know how many years, but I was like, it's not bad shape. There's a little nick there, but I don't care, you know? It's cool, I think. Look at that. Yeah. Wasn't Wicked in there? Yeah, there's Warwick Davis, right?
Warwick.
Yeah, and this cool weak squid head guy. A Reese dude. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was cool. I had to get that when I saw it. And then I picked up. Chris is gonna like these. Chris, where are you? You still here, Chris? Post on a Sunday. What? They're all one man and a monkey.
Yeah, it's DPD. They deliver for Forbidden Planet.
Oh yeah. They did an Obi-Wan Qui-Gon in training gear as well. Oh, nice. Yeah. All right, Chris, you're going to like these. Okay, so I picked up, again, these were 50% off, so I couldn't pass them up when I saw them. And I bought every single one that he had in his little bin because I had to get these Weird War Tales. And these giant alien skull guys kidnapped the Mobat tank with 2 G.I. Joes in it.
What the hell?
They took them to another planet. Oh my gosh. I love Weird War Tales because they're mystery and madness all in one. And they just have like GIs and regular guys in the army, and they come upon these crazy scenarios.
Man, you've just named it. That should be the tagline for your new Super Awesome Science channel.
What, mystery and madness?
Yeah.
Welcome to the mystery and madness of the Super Awesome Science Show.
Yes. Yeah, you named it.
Geek Strong.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Morning.
What up?
How you doing, friend? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I watched Room Tour episode 2 this morning.
Coming
Sorry
up
about
after
Man,
this.
how many episodes? This is going to be like 50 episodes. Well,
Yeah.
it's great. It is great. It is great.
It's
It
gonna
was
be
20 minutes. It was a 20-minute video, and it took me like 8 hours to make it.
and it's one shelf. Is it one more shelf? Is that what the...
It's a corner, isn't it? It's a corner.
But I don't care. You can do a year-long series. It'll be everyone's enjoying it, dude. They are.
Yeah.
So Weird War Tales, where the GI comes back as a skeleton, and he's got to fight a robot and a ninja. No,
Is that
samurai.
John Belushi?
Yeah. John Belushi as a samurai, and it looks like Ram as a robot. Across the centuries, death always wins. And they had ominous things like that, you know.
What year was that book? Because I wonder if it was like almost. It does look like John Belushi, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Let me see.
I wonder if
Let's
it was
get it out.
inspired by it.
Let's get it out and find out. You remember the year for John Belushi?
It would have been 70s, right?
This
Yeah.
is
Probably
1979.
79.
This is 1978. I bet it's right at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1978. I bet it's the exact same time.
No Coke, Pepsi.
Oh, look at it's your werewolf.
Oh, I remember that.
Slim
That was the
Jim.
Slim Jim guy.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Wow, that's cool.
Our samurai doesn't really look like John Belushi inside the comic, but the cover
Yeah, he doesn't
definitely
even
does.
look like the same person, right?
Oh my gosh, you can get a John Travolta poster.
Oh,
Look at
wow.
that. Farrah Fawcett, Jamie.
Wow, it'll go with my
Steve,
John
there's-
Travolta doll.
There's Steve. You know what I saw the other day? Was it Hunter with William Shatner? What's the cop show with William Shatner? Was it Hunter?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the girl that was in it, Heather Locklear, was it Heather Locklear? She's and I was one of the episodes I watched the other night.
TJ Hooker.
Yeah. And I watched one of the episodes the other night, and she comes out wearing this half cut t-shirt, so it's like showing her stomach and everything, and she's got these super short shorts on, and I was like, oh my god, she is so like, you just about fell off the couch. She's so good looking. I was like, god, like yeah, it's like no wonder everybody was going crazy for her back in the day. It was like, Jesus.
John had a chubby.
Yeah, it was like, whoa. Oh, here you go, Rum. Here you go. Got her all tied up there.
Wow, look at that.
I don't know what's going on in this.
Her shirts have split open, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Look at those.
Oh, yes.
That's
Imagine
cool.
if you had those watches today. They're probably worth a fortune. Because it's crap that people would get and throw away. They'd break. Kids would run around with them. They weren't like meant to be kept. You know what I mean?
That looks like the Star Wars watch I have.
Yeah.
The same band and everything.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a blue band and.
John, I won the Superpowers Hall of Justice place.
I saw that. I hit a
Oh, man.
I hit a plus sign for that, or a favorite, or what do you heart it?
That should be coming next week.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
it's missing the helipad. It's missing the helipad. That's the only bit it's missing, which sits on the top.
Look at Shadow. He's excited. Welcome to the mystery and madness of super awesome science. New Hampshire's Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dino, TJ Hooker. Yeah, there you go. TJ Hooker. Heather Locklear is still hot. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, yeah. I was like, geez.
John, can I show you one of my recent pickups?
Well, let me finish these two comics and then we'll get into that. Okay. Weird War Tales.
Oh,
Herr Commandant, the Americans are smashing us. What do we do?
They're smashing us.
And he's follow me. I shall lead you to your ultimate destiny. Yep. And then we have the robot GI helping a real one as they come down, introducing the most incredible warrior of World War II. Dun, dun, dun. My buddy, the robot. Oh, Rolando's in this issue. There he is. There's Rolando. All right. And then we have starring GI Robot. He became a thing.
He was popular.
So, yeah, he became a thing and got his own. In the war that time forgot, he's fighting a pink pterodactyl against King Kong. That is cool. Didn't that actually happen in one of the movies recently? All right, let's go to Dino. What do we got, Dino? We're going to move you a big screen. Actually, what order do you want to do this in? Dino shows his, and then you can...
I just have one quick thing I want to show you.
Wait a minute. What is this? Did you go to Target, Dino?
What do you mean?
Look what I'm wearing.
Oh, cut it out. No, this is Walmart.
Was it Walmart? Were they Walmart? No, it might have been Walmart then. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's exactly the same.
It's like the best Star Wars shirt I've ever seen.
Oh, right? Isn't it awesome? Yeah, they might have been at Walmart. Yeah.
Where's your pink flamingo, though, to match? You need your pink flamingo.
I do have a hot dog head. I have a hot dog hat that I could pull out.
Yeah.
Who's showing off first? What are we doing?
Let me just go real quick.
All right. There we go.
So recently I picked up, this is probably like 8 years ago. So I picked up these army ants.
Oh, yeah, the army ants. Yeah, there you go.
So there you go, Blue.
I love minifigures.
Blue must have collected a lot of these.
Twinsies.
Huh? I like the Muscle Man. And,
yeah.
And the Battle Beasts. I like.
What year were army ants?
I don't know. I never even knew about army ants. I found these in a store and I was like, oh, these are pretty cool.
Yeah. It was like on a whim. You just picked them up.
Have you got any California raisins?
Yeah, I got some.
And
I like how his Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is dead back there.
food fighters as well.
Yeah, food fighters, yeah. I can't believe how packed his room is. You know what I mean? It's like, holy cow. How does he know where stuff is? There's
cool.
one. Yeah.
Oh, that's like a plush one. There's little PVC ones on there.
Does he have bendable arms and legs, like they can move around?
Yeah, so I had a bunch of these back in the day.
Yeah. Wow.
Got this guy.
Oh, there's the plastic. Yeah, the little ones. Yeah.
No,
cool. Oh, they're cool.
And then I have remember these? The Soggies?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of those in years.
This is Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Oh.
They came out of the cereal. Did you get them out of the cereal, right?
Exactly. And he glows in the dark. I have the whole set.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about.
I'll show you that in room tour video 37.
37 by the time you get there, yeah.
And then
oh, there's the blues here. No, my army ants. Oh yeah, the Monchi-Chi, right?
Yep, Monchi-Chi. And then last,
or Snork. Yeah. You have the little Smurfs that are like the Snork, right?
I do have a bunch of Smurfs too.
Yeah,
I'll show you one of my.
I got one pirate Smurf still, but that's it. I've had since I was a kid. Oh, I forgot about his Noid. He's got Avoid the Noid up there on the top of the curtain. I remember those commercials. You got to get your pizza hot and ready to avoid the Noid.
So this is my original Smurf. I used to collect Smurf back when I was in like 7th grade.
Oh, Super Smurf with the boxing gloves. Cool.
He's missing his, because I used to have him hanging from the ceiling, and he was holding on to a comet so he could stand on a shelf.
Really? Okay.
But I liked him hanging from my ceiling, so I cut the thing off. And then I collect a lot of bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, I remember that
figurines.
one. Yeah, the Hefty. You showed me that before, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. Are these all Hefty doing different things?
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then here's some of the.
I got the Pirate Smurf. He's the only one I have.
Here the Burger King.
Oh, that's the other Captain Crunch. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Captain Crunch, and here's the. The Soggy.
Nice. Soggies, because the milk would turn them soggy. Oh yeah, I remember the robot. Nice. Bob. Okay. I think Bob's ready with his. You ready for this?
Go ahead.
We got a Bob unboxing.
We've got a Bob. Literally, I'm not joking, but when you were on, the postman came, and it's Forbidden Planet. I did order some stuff a while back, but I ordered a load of books from them, so I thought it was that. I ordered a load of Alien books, but I don't think it is that. I have just cut the top of the box so you won't see any arteries going or anything, but it's not books, but there is a load of stuff in there. So we'll get them out. They look like action figures. There's 1.
Oh yeah.
2.
Iron Mans. Are they more Iron Man?
3. Could be. Could be. They could be. I can't remember what figures I bought. They like wrap them up like fish and chips. That's how you get your fish and chips.
You see. Well, sometimes you see them and you're like, I like that price. I like that thing. I got to get it. And
I think they had the making of Alien Covenant and the art of Alien Covenant. They're like £5 each, and so I had to order some stuff to
balance it out. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Did you have him yet?
This is a good one.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Kang.
I
didn't have him.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, look his face. Look. Sorry, the lighting's not good. He's cool. Yes, this is an older figure. I think they literally found some old stock and put it back on. But yeah,
is that a Hulk that he built?
It's Joe Fist. It's a builder figure for Joe Fixit. Sorry,
Joe Fixit. He's back in the comics now. Joe Fixit.
He's cool.
So is Joe Fixit actually the Hulk? The Hulk, right?
Yeah. Another personality there. Did he? Was it another personality, or was he pretending to get into the mob or something? I don't remember exactly, but it might be another personality in there. Yeah, Siren. Yeah. That's Banshee's cousin or something, right? Or something like that.
That's a new figure, but it was cheap.
Yeah. I like the way she looks, but I wish it was Banshee. I
know, I agree.
I want a Banshee, but yeah, I think she looks great. So good pickup.
Cool.
Yeah,
she's cool.
And you get part of the tank guy there from X-Force.
I don't think that wave has sold very well, so they're
No, I mean, there's not a lot of people that were still into those when those were coming out. You know, I remember back in the day. I mean, in the 90s. You know.
Oh, that's right. I didn't actually like this movie, but this was £6, I think.
Oh yeah, I got America Chavez. Yeah, she's one of the few that I bought from that line. I got her.
So I think they were £6 each. He was expensive though. I think he was like 26 or something.
Well, that's not that bad though. He retailed they were $20, so you're not, you know.
I only went after the books. But anyway, there you go.
Well, think about balancing it out. You know, you paid what, like maybe $40 for the 3 figures. So when you balance that out, you're $12.50 or something per figure. I don't know. That's not bad, right? Look at your British Bulldog.
That's cool.
Oh, Matilda, I'm Matilda.
Is that a bulldog? Is that really a bulldog?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Is that supposed to go? Did that actually go with the British Bulldog?
Yeah, with that one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I have the one with the British flag.
The flag is awesome. Look at the way it clips on his arms.
Is that the newer one? Because I think they had a couple of versions.
I think it's an older Jack Pacific. I think there is a more expensive Mattel one, I think, but I'm not an expert on modern wrestling figures, to be honest. I just thought I'd start a British Bulldog focus.
Yeah, that's cool, though. I like it. Look who's here. John Boldry is here. John Boldry just got up. John, I've been on a rabbit hole. My Legions of Power is the strategic enforcer, but I got a Wally bag full of parts, nothing complete. Wow. He saw that Legions of Power in my last video and went down a rabbit hole. Sorry, John. But John helped me out because he did figure out that Legions of Power was powerized and helped me out to figure out where and how to get those batteries in there and make it work. So, John, here's to you. Thanks a lot for helping me out with that. And
you do keep reminding me, John, of things I want whenever I see you online. You reminded me how much I want the Outrider, so I need to go get that.
Yeah, it's cool.
On my list for ages. There was something else you picked up as well that was like reminded me of something.
Do you want me to get the Outrider out in a minute?
Yeah. The Outrider used to be quite a cheap thing to pick up, but I think they've gone up in price a little bit.
Really? Oh my gosh!
They used to be like 10 quid, 15 quid, but now I think they're a little bit more pricey.
Wow. Huh.
I might be wrong. I'm sure the last time I went out to get it, it was like, oh god, that's a bit.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, you're just like, I thought these were cheap still. Well, that's what I thought about a lot of the 90s ships, and I went to go get a TIE fighter in the box from the 90s in that red box with the red lightsaber, and I was like, I remember seeing these things for like $10 everywhere. I should be able to get one for $10 or $20, and I'm looking online, $100, $150. I'm going, what? No, I thought no one liked the red box stuff, you know, and it's like now that you can't get the TIE fighters or X-Wings or any of that for cheap, or that Millennium Falcon. It's like people love that stuff now.
Oh, the Apocalypse as well. That's what I want to get. The Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, he was. So we also went to a place called We Have Issues, and I thought, you know, with a name like that, we got to go check this store out. And this is they're in Stuart, Florida. Really cool. And I forgot the guy's name already. Oh my gosh. I thought it was on his card, but he didn't put his name on here. But he had statues, he had comics, new comics. He didn't really have a lot of back issues, but he's got a lot of new comics. And he had statues galore. I mean, this guy had lots of statues around the place. Manga and other things. They play D&D. They do all kinds of cool stuff. If they lived near us, they'd be quick friends. They were really, really good guys. They loved. I met him and his wife and their kid, and the kid was immediately like talking to me about YouTube and how we make videos and everything. And she was saying that he's been dying to make his own channel because he videos stuff at home, but they're not sure if the environment is right for their son yet because he's young. You know what I mean? Like he might have been like 8 or 9 years old. So it's kind of like, you know, as a parent, yeah, what time do you let your kid be on YouTube? You know what I mean? At what, you know, and is he going to be okay with what kind of comments he gets back? And I told her maybe it's something you guys can do together. You know what I mean? Instead of having it just him, like she could be on with him and they could do it together. But, you know, it's kind of like you don't really want to butt in and do too much when it's people raise their own kids their own way, right? You know? But it was cool that he was very interested in asking me all these questions and stuff. They were a great group of people in a really cool store. But I picked up again. So New Mutants number 98 is the first appearance of Deadpool, and I unfortunately do not own this one. So this again is a facsimile. It wasn't $3.99 when it first came out. So it's one of those things that Marvel reprints the comic exactly as it was, and they have the glossy cover now with glossy interior because when this came out, it wasn't quite as good a quality as today's comics. But I don't own New Mutants 98 as in the real thing, so getting it for cover price. But again, he knocked money off because it was Black Friday. I think these were all $1 off from what they were. So it's cool to have this in my collection, even if it is a reprint, not the original. You know what I mean? And then I got this cool Avengers Ant-Man variant cover.
Nice.
Most of the stuff that I picked up at his store were variants because I didn't have them. And here we go. I found the Golden Goblin variant cover that I couldn't get at my store. So I got that just in case, you know. Sometimes one cover will be worth more than another cover. All Out Avengers number 2 because it's got the glorious Mighty Thor, you know, the female Thor on the cover. Variant cover edition of All Out Avengers number 2. Secret Invasion is back, and this is the variant cover of issue number 1. Look how awesome that looks.
Is that a scroll?
Yeah, that's a scroll.
Jesus.
A scroll with Iron Man's helmet in his hand. Everything's on fire. It just looks so cool. Like, and the new show's coming soon. Secret Invasion's going to be a Marvel TV show on Disney Plus.
Oh, cool.
And then we got Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. This is the evil Spider-Man. And there's some creature bear thing in the background. I don't know what that is. Variant cover again of Deadly Spider-Man number 1. And then we have that dark web thing we were talking about earlier with the Amazing Spider-Man number 14 dark web variant cover 1.
Wow.
It's got some, is that Madam Spider or whatever going all nuts with all these Venom sort of looking demon creatures down below. So, yeah, cool stuff. Spinning the dark web. So, yeah, I just picked up a bunch of variant covers that my local comic store didn't have anymore. And because he was giving them for a deal, I was like, oh, I should get a couple while I can, you know? And so, yeah, overall, that was a good day out. Do we want to try and open these posters and see what they are?
What are they? Yeah, do you know what they are?
Well, it does. They do have labels. So this one says Inferno number 1 by Mark Brooks poster. This says X-Men 1 poster. And then Fantastic Four by John Byrne classic poster.
Oh.
And what's the other one? Oh, the other one says Cable 1 by Keown. So I think these are just copy like the comic books, right? Let's try to look at one real quick. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know how.
Whilst you're unwrapping that, I was going to ask either of you. I need to understand the. I'm doing a deep dive on these superpowers now, these older superpowers, and the original ones were in that blue card back with like blue and yellow that McFarlane have just re-released. But then Kenner did them and then Toy Biz did them, didn't they? There was like a changeover, and then wasn't there superpowers that were like in sort of Batman the gold card back as well?
Yeah, I have a couple of the gold ones.
But the gold isn't the gold card back the Toy Biz ones?
Is that the Toy Biz ones? And that led up to like 1989 Batman, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Is that right?
I have a Robin and a Lex Luthor on the gold card.
Oh, so it has Cable's name at the top, and then they look they're
stacked.
Yeah, it looks cool, but more than I can show on the camera. But wow, yeah, you get an idea, you know. Yeah, so they're giant posters of like that character or whatever. So yeah, and what's very strange about that is the transitions from company to company, because they also did it with a couple. It's not every figure either, but a couple of the figures from Secret Wars. When was that Kenner also? Did Kenner have Secret Wars? Marvel ones.
So Mattel had Secret Wars to begin with.
So Mattel had them,
and then it moved over. You're right.
To Toy Biz then.
To Superpowers, didn't it? I think because there was Spider-Man Superpowers, or
was there really?
Or was it Spider-Man Secret Wars?
I thought it was Spider-Man Secret Wars.
Spider-Man Secret Wars, yeah.
And then it went to Toy Biz on the silver.
But you're right.
Card.
Some of the molds did hand over, like in the Superpowers, the Joker, for example. There's the Joker in the Kenner one, and then the mold moved over to Toy Biz, but they've repainted him.
But they're the same exact figure.
Yeah, it is.
And it's same with Robin, and it's the same with the Flash. Is the same.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking about that Flash to make sure.
Right. Which one is it?
Because. And I don't understand how it worked back then, because I'm like, you literally would have had to hand it over the mold. So like. Kenner or whoever owns the mold, Kenner or Mattel, whether you're talking DC or Marvel, and then when Toy Biz got the rights to do DC and Marvel figures, it's like Kenner and Mattel gave Toy Biz some of the molds, and they just made the same figure. Like, it makes no sense. Like, how does that make sense as a company, like, to do that and do them just, you know, or was it like a? Well, no, it's not like Toy Biz bought Mattel, because Mattel still exists. You know, it's just a weird.
But there are some cool figures in that line. The Lex Luthor is cool. The Martian Manhunter looks amazing. They're not cheap though to get.
No, not in good shape too. You know, yeah. And I always worry with like if you're buying them loose, I'm always like, am I missing pieces? Like. Because some of them, like the Wonder Woman, came with that little lasso. It's just literally a string, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, am I getting a real string, or is this the string that someone just bought at Joanne Fabrics last week, or what? You know what I mean? It's kind of like.
So, Bob, did you find your Joker hat?
It's here somewhere. I haven't found it.
I lost mine too. I was doing a review on the new McFarlane Superpowers, and I took the Joker out so I could do a comparison on size, and the hat just disappeared.
Yeah, no. It'll be here somewhere. What is the size still? Because I haven't got them yet, but I bought the Wave 1 of the new McFarlane, and I bought
they're bigger.
The Batwing and the Supercar. I think I bought.
They're bigger. They're bigger.
The Supermobile.
They're like bigger than the old ones.
They're cheap. They're like 17 quid or something over here.
Oh wow, they were like $30 at Walmart for the ship. They're coming out with the Invisible Jet, the Batmobile.
Oh my gosh, the Invisible Jet would be cool.
Yeah,
but they're not doing well. They're at least down here in Florida. They're sitting at every Walmart store, like thousands of them. They're just piled up, and they're starting to pile them up in the back room. Because they've been taking them off the floor to put other stuff out, and so I'm going. Oh, those are going to all get a deep cut discount, because if they're they're taking them off the sales floor. They're gonna figure something out and put them out for like $1. Get rid of them.
So that makes me nervous because if the next wave comes out, the stores probably aren't going to buy as many.
Yeah.
The vintage Batmobile, the same one, like the Superpowers one, it's pretty cheap over here. Actually, I don't know what it's like over there, but on eBay, you can they're fairly abundant.
Wow.
For some
I
reason,
would
just
love
the
to have one of
car.
those.
Although they're often
John, you
missing,
have
like
one, right?
the visor plates are often missing. I think.
Yeah. Is it the blue one? The blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one. But Rum
So
wanted to see something. I'll be right back.
I have a couple. Hey, put me up. I have a couple of items to show. So at Walmart, they sell these guys.
Oh, are they bendies or something? Or...
No, these are the Mego figures.
Oh, Migos! Wow.
Yeah, and these are
Cool.
what the boxes looked like back in the 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
This is before my time. This was like a generation before me.
So I can show you what. Let me show you what a regular Batman Mego, because I have the vintage one from the 70s.
Yeah, the Secret Wars was my first superhero toy line, really.
So they made two versions. They made like a Robin with a painted on mask. He's missing his arm, but this is the vintage one.
Where's his pants, man? What are you doing?
He has his pants.
You sicko.
Robin had shorts.
You weirdo. What the hell? Don't touch his willy. Don't touch his willy.
I come back on and he's like rubbing
his willy.
It's the same one, basically.
He's wearing a nappy.
Yeah,
except for this is the one with the removable mask.
His guts are hanging out. Put his guts back in. What are you doing to him? You're stripping him.
And then Batman looks pretty much like, except for this one is the removable cowl, and this is the original.
No way. He's all frayed. They're like the Star Trek ones, aren't they?
Look at that.
wow.
How did somebody cut it?
Moths. What insects?
So I got these on eBay a while back. But yeah, cool. How cool is that? $20 for a new
pretty cool.
And it's decent because they do have Superman, but it looks like they're coming out with another wave possibly.
Aquaman and
I gotta get a Green Arrow. I had a Green Arrow as a kid.
Look at Rolando with all the links. Thanks, Rolando.
Yeah, and check these out. So this is when we did that live stream. We did collection flexing, John, and that night I was on a rap.
David, how you doing?
Look at that.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
That's the cemetery, right?
Yeah, cemetery.
And then did you get the haunted house too?
I got the.
Oh yeah.
And then this beast. Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah. Like I said, I left that. It's still in the shipper box. I didn't even get to open it yet.
Really?
Yeah, it's so big. Because you know what they did? They sent that and the Ghostbuster Firehouse in one giant Amazon box. And it's like, it's so big that it's just sitting in the middle of the living room because I can't move it yet. I can't get them out. I don't know where I'm going to put this stuff. I didn't realize they were that massive.
That was
massive. Yeah.
Are you going to open yours?
I was going to ask you.
What's that? Am I going to do an opening?
Are you going to open it?
I don't think so yet because I don't know where to put them yet. I got to wait till the toy room is done. And then I can figure out how much extra space I have because they might not be able to be opened yet. I don't know.
I was thinking about going on Lego Studs and building the haunted house.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Do it. I was going to ask you, I was watching your video the other day, and this has been on my list to get as well for years. I just haven't done it. And I couldn't remember who made it. But I've got the figures. I've got the Ewoks. And I've got the cart, but you've got the tree house. Is it Play School? Who makes that?
Yeah, that was a Play School.
Play School. I need to get the tree house, man.
That is a cool one.
Yeah, I need that tree house. To what else was there? I've got the cart, and I think I've got most of the Ewoks. There's
right there. You can kind of see it.
What episode's that going to be? Do you reckon?
Episode 52. No, but yeah, Dino. So there was the treehouse. There's a cart with the little animal. Was there anything else?
A fire engine.
Oh, a fire engine.
The fire engine.
Okay, is that like a little fire engine wagon thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I can.
need to get-
I don't
I need
think I
to
could
get the
bring this over.
Dreamers.
No, you don't need to.
No, don't get it over.
It's all just like
But it's
right on
Play
the shelf
School.
here.
Was it Play School? Was it Play School?
Yeah, I believe so.
I was looking on eBay. I couldn't remember who made it. Play School Ewok.
Oh, he's getting a piece. He's getting a piece of it. We'll see. Oh, there's the wagon. There you go. Oh, that's the fire wagon. Okay, yeah.
This is the fire wagon.
Oh, look how cool that looks.
Yeah.
That's a proper toy.
I think I've got that, but I'm missing some of the pieces.
Even comes with a stretcher.
Yeah.
Lay them down on it. Take them sick
Yeah.
ones back. Look at all those parts. Look at all those parts. The little barrel. There's like a little garbage bin thing. Got ladders, wheels.
Did you guys know that there was a third line of Ewok 3.75 figures? There was those ones. There was obviously the original Kenner, but you know there was another line. I've got
What else is there?
Yeah,
were
yes.
these little figurines that were static? Is that one?
Yeah, it was the Spanish comics.
Yeah.
They made I've got all of them actually.
They're not
they
posable, right?
No, they're
Yeah,
non-articulated, but
they're
they're like
just little
3.75 pieces.
I never knew they were Spanish. I remember someone showed me those once, but I didn't know what they were.
There's a Spanish guy that's got a group on Facebook, and he can source them and sells them the whole lot. And Spain had their own Ewok comic line, and they brought out a series of figures to go with them. But it was at the same time. This is their vintage, like
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so here's the car we were talking about, right? This is the one you were talking about?
That's it. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
that's
you
cool.
push one thing, I think, let me see, how's this work? You push, oh, that's the lights. Okay. See how the lights go up?
Those visors are missing quite a bit at the time.
Yeah, these easily come out. You have to worry. And then we got,
Let's get that.
if I
That's
push
on my
this,
list.
is this lever? Yeah, then that makes that come out. But then we got something back here. Is it this? Yep. So there's a grabber thing back here. Can you see the back?
No.
And it grabs the figures. So yeah, lots of cool. And then it makes a driving sound when you're driving it around. But I found a Robin. This is a really nice one too. This is a Robin superpowers.
They're often missing the capes, aren't they? They're often capeless.
This one was very hard to find one in this good shape and for a good price. But I can't get Batman. I mean, the Batman. I wanted just to have Robin and Batman to sit in the car, and the Batman. I keep finding he's over $100 every time I find him. So I've got a cape. Yeah, with the cape. So I've got a Spin Master one that's sort of the same color, just sitting in here for now because the new ones are too big. The new ones. To be honest,
I know this might be blasphemy, but there's a guy on eBay that sells repro capes.
Oh, yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, maybe I'll just because you can sometimes find a Batman without, but even without the cape, I've seen them for $70-$80, and I'm just like. So I just gotta randomly come across one, and if I have to get a repro cape, I'll do it, But
so is that the original Batman one, or is that the new one? Is that a vintage?
No,
one?
this is vintage from the
yeah, but the Batman himself.
Oh no! This is the Batman is Spin Master new.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So right it's not now, just the cape; it's the whole.
Yeah,
figure.
It's out right now. The whole figure. Yeah. I just got him because he's similar colors.
Well, I got a Hall of Justice for £70, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Crazy money.
Yeah, that is
wow.
No one was bidding on it. It's like what? And there was all these other ones that were like £200.
Oh, they're hundreds. Yeah.
And no one was bidding on it.
It was that much for the Hall of Justice.
And then
if you want it complete and often with with the box, you're like £300.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah. And then we got, how does this work here? Do we have to spread this apart a little bit? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah, the Outrider.
And it pivots. It lands. And we got
It's kind of there's a little bit of Lutheran ship to it, isn't there? A little bit, from
Oh, it kind of does.
Andor.
The cockpit's more like his, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got this big gun on the bottom, 4 landing gear that pop out, and
Oh, there you go. You've got one of the newer ones there. Yeah.
blaster. But it it separates and this thing kind of comes around.
It's like the B wing, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's on a gyro. I need to get that. I don't know why
what
I haven't.
line's that from?
Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows of the Empire, 90's time.
Yeah.
And then you got Dash Rendar that came. I think did Dash come with it?
You can get him separate. You can get him separate. I've got him separate.
But it's got this cool backpack with like a arm on it that connects to the gun.
Yeah.
And then a little pistol thing.
And you got Bounty Hunter Chewie.
Yeah, there's a Bounty Hunter Chewie.
Chewie is cool.
He's Bounty Hunter Chewie somewhere, but I don't see him right offhand. But then we got Prince Zizor.
Yeah, I love Zizor.
Yeah, he's a badass figure.
So he seduced Leia with his pheromones.
Bit like me. You will love the Prince Zizor.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's it. That's my little ship there.
So there's Leia Bouche as well.
Yeah, Leia,
and Chewie and what else?
Luke, right?
Oh,
Luke and his
Yeah, they were on the back of here. They were
guard outfit.
Yeah, I got Luke with his guard outfit. He was right over here. Where did he go?
That's a cool figure. I like that one.
Yeah,
I do like that one.
Yeah, he's right over here. He's right here.
Yeah, I like that Luke. And the game was cool, man. The game was cool. I enjoyed playing the game.
Yeah, I enjoyed the game, the comics. Yeah, the guard.
In fact, I went all in on the merch. Cool, so I've got like the books and the soundtrack.
Cool, and the helmet came off, It was like, yeah. This Luke
One and Dave.
Hey, Dave.
But I think this armor needs to come back because that is a cool looking helmet. I think that's a cool.
Yeah.
And he's got this one cape that comes off the side, and a blaster and a pike, some kind of battle pike or something. Great figure. I thought this was a cool design.
Yeah, I like that one.
It'd be a neat one to have a bunch of. You know what I mean? Like I only got the one, but it'd be cool to build an army.
Around the same time, they did, and I've got a load of them because I was army building them at the time. They've got the space troopers, the big chunky white.
Oh yeah.
They came with the card was like a pop-up playset, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And didn't they do Dark Troopers as well?
Yeah. What's that?
They're like grey. They were grey, I think.
Like
metallic, big, slightly more curved, but they were cool. I've got a ton of those in my storage.
I wish I got a card so I can open it up because I want to check out the playset that comes in it. I like the little cardboard pop-up.
Was it this guy?
Yeah, and there was also yeah. They're cool, man. The design of those.
And then there's that
sweet.
big death.
Yeah.
Was that the death?
Open that one up, John.
There was another one. There was another one.
Oh yeah. This had the extended universe guys. The Luke, the special Luke, and the Leia with the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mara Jade.
Mara.
Look at that guy
Emperor, and look at that guard, that big Imperial guard guy. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those movies back in the 80s.
It says that's what it looks like. It's supposed to pop open and look like.
Is that a Millennium Falcon above his head?
Yeah.
Like in the background. That's cool.
Yeah, flying away.
I've never seen one of those
vehicle
live.
Red vehicle.
The cloud car thing.
Oh, is that the cloud car?
Yeah, the cloud car.
It's kind of like the little mini rigs.
Yeah, extended universe stuff. But yeah, I had the Luke up there on card too. So these are what the cards look like. The purple.
Yeah,
I love those cards.
I like them with the purple. I thought that was cool.
I've got like a box of lenticular cards as well from that era. I don't know what they were giving away with, like a tin of Shadows of the Empire, like lenticular cards. I can't remember what they're from, but there was a lot of merch. There's a lot of cool merch with this spin-off.
There's the Chewie there. The Chewie has a... Yeah.
John, we got a few people that popped in. Dave's Dimension came in.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Christopher
Good
Barker.
to see you.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, good to see Chris Barker.
Focus.
Yeah.
Dave's
Space Trooper, yeah.
Dave's raffle's coming up in 4 days.
Yeah. We gotta. Everybody's got to get in on that.
I've done that yet. I'm sorry, I need to do that. I'll get on it.
Anybody
I have
else
a
go?
couple Power
Classic
the,
crack crazy.
DC superheroes on card I can show you,
Yeah, please.
but that'll be in room tour 37. So I have this is
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
this is the Michael Keaton one that went with the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Batmobile and the back what's the back plane thing?
Oh, that's a good one. I want the plane.
Yeah,
The plane would be
That's
cool.
cool. That's cool.
Unfortunately, because this belt you pull it off and it has a string attached,
Always snaps.
it broke off so I
Yeah.
had to super glue it on.
Was that his power then? That's the only power he had, the retractable
Yeah, I
string?
guess
Okay.
so. He doesn't
Yeah.
have any like punching action. And then these are the carded ones I have.
Have you got Bob the Goon, by the way? Have you got Bob the
I
Goon?
don't have Bob.
Oh,
the
you
Goon,
need
no.
Bob the Goon. That's the ones. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
The
And that's
cards
the exact that figure is the exact same figure that I just showed you from the superpowers. They are absolutely identical in every way. Although the color you're right, the colors might be a little bit different. That might be the way to tell. But the other way is check the year and the manufacturer on the COO mark, because those will be different. One will say Toy Biz and one will.
Is that Kingpin?
Toy Biz.
No, that's Lex Luthor.
Lex
Oh.
Luthor, yeah.
He punches
Swear.
and he punches
down.
himself. His power is that he punches himself in his own face.
Ah.
But I think they call it something else. Yeah, it's
Swear down. There's a Spider-Man set of those.
Yeah.
Well.
I had the Spider-Man. I back in the what was it, the 90s, late 90s, I think it was. Toys R Us were giving those away basically.
Yeah.
There was like a bin and bins and bins of those figures. And we used to go and just rummage through them and try to get them all. So I got a ton of them, but I don't know. I must have sold them all at yard sales.
And the bad thing is they never made the blue Batman because they did the 89 Batman in that gold card series. They never
Really?
transferred the blue one over. So it's like you can't save yourself money by getting the later edition of the blue one. The only one they did was the Superpowers one of the blue Batman. So
right.
it's kind of crazy that they did that because I really want that blue one. Let me see. Do I have my? I do.
I can control everything, Joe.
I know
Well,
he's still my co-host on the
I'm
email,
his co-host.
so he can take over the stream whenever he wants.
I don't think I've seen your stream look like this before. It looks pretty cool.
Do
I like
whatever
the,
he
Millennium
wants.
Falcon background you have. Stuffman dioramas here. I don't know. Yeah, that British Bulldog. I'm on a rabbit hole of WWE figures.
Yeah, me too.
I got
Bret the
the-
Hitman Hart, Bulldog, and Hitman figures I'm going for as well, because they were like stepbrothers, weren't they? You know.
Yeah, he passed away at an early age. British Bulldog. I think he was 39.
He was obviously like a major. Oh, there's the Batmobile. He obviously was a major roid user, you know.
Yeah. I listen to Wrestling Bio on YouTube, and they tell the stories and how they started out in wrestling and their career and all that. Pretty interesting.
We got this for a good price because when they took the sticker, they ripped the box. So they really just went
This is the
discounted.
Batmobile I need.
Yeah, and this is awesome. I mean, I got it right here.
Christmas is coming up, everyone. Just in case.
And I love this
Yeah.
Batmobile. Yeah, and then I put Batman in it, of course. That same one you
Yeah.
got. But again, I think his strings broke off, just like yours.
The only thing with mine is, so I've got one as well, but I bought mine at Toy Fair. But you know your stickers, the guy had stuck the stickers on the bonnet on the top.
Oh, really? So in a different spot? Yeah.
Yeah, that was just good.
What do you do? Leave it?
Yeah.
This has a little like trunk in the back, so you can stash.
Have you got the shell? That was sold separately, but there's a shell.
Yeah.
That was a different package, right? It came two different
Yeah,
versions.
it came separate. Yeah, you had to get it separate. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was packaged with it too, right?
I think it was a later one. I think
Was
a
it?
later
Okay,
release. Yeah, a later release.
But yeah, so it's got. Yeah, it just says it's got the The trunk can hold action figures and weapons for later, and then gear shift lever activates the rockets, which are these that come out of the.
So what's a good price for that box? Because my vintage store has one, and I thought it was kind of pricey. But what's a good price?
They're easily a couple $100 now.
Yeah,
but,
really?
that's what they're asking.
But I got this. I got this for really cheap, and the guy said it's because I was stupid and tried to get the sticker off, and it ripped the package. So I think it was just like he may have just done it and he felt bad about it. So we got it for a good deal.
Let's have a look on.
I don't remember, but I don't remember where I bought it. I don't remember if I was talking to him online and I bought it off an online or.
I think they're cheaper. I think they're cheaper in England.
Do you think so?
Really?
Yeah.
Do a quick look.
They were abundant. Yeah, I'm on it now. Let's have a little look. It's Toy Biz, isn't it? 89.
Yeah, that was a Toy Biz one.
Bob, did you get me as a Secret Santa this year?
I'm not in it. What is it in?
I'm not in it either.
I don't even. Do you know? I still haven't received mine from 3 years ago.
Oh, that's awesome right there. That's cool.
Batmobile 89.
Love my mock. This is vintage also. Vintage Mach 5.
Wow. But
cool. I don't have so I put Aang in it, right? And he fits perfect. Like he's hanging onto the wheel. Look at that.
Yeah.
He fits so good in there. So
I found the one with the second one that's also got the shell boxed, 50 quid.
Oh wow. Okay. So
Are you kidding me?
They might not be as much as I thought then. Yeah. Then.
Wow.
No, the American ones are showing up on my search and they are higher.
Okay.
For some reason. But the UK ones are definitely cheaper.
How much would it cost to ship from there?
That's the problem. We go add like 20 or 30 quid on.
That's not too bad because here it's 20 just to ship within the state.
Let's have a look.
Christopher, I ain't gonna run Zuko over. Yeah. Hey, Duffman, how you doing? Yeah, the Batmobile was designed for me. I can put them all in the trunk, drive the Batmobile to where there's some bushes, then dump them.
So there's an American lot here for the Batmobile and 2 carded figures, 124 quid.
Oh wow!
That is the Batmobile in the box, or
box. Yeah, box.
Wow, that's really cheap.
Yeah.
Hey Brian. Yeah, it might not be that bad then. I don't know. You do some looking around, Dino, and see what you think. But I mean, what was that store charging that you saw them at?
I think it was like a couple hundred.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought
maybe that's the store price. Because I'll tell you, since I've been doing now, I was shocked about this. I didn't think this was true, but I was doing the because I mean I know that we've had discussions with Left Coast and Mark at Blue Harvest and stuff. Everyone's been talking about, do you get stuff off eBay? Do you buy it off Mercari, or should you buy it locally? Like what's the best way to get stuff? And I'll tell you, as much as I love my local shops, there's 3 really good ones next to me. Like we went down and found a couple near my brother, and there's some good ones over in Tampa, some great ones up near Orlando and Jacksonville and stuff. And like there's some great stores in Florida, and I don't want to knock them at all. I don't want to say don't go, but I'll tell you, since I've been doing this affordable series, so we did we did Star Wars Kenner, we did G.I. Joe, we did Mask. I'm working on a Transformers one right now. Now, the Star Wars one, admittedly, I pretty much just looked at eBay and Mercari and came up with some numbers, But for Mask and for G.I. Joe and now for this Transformers, when I was at my local shops, I wrote down and took some video of different prices and numbers so I could compare it with what's online on eBay and stuff. Oh. And there are deals still to be made on eBay and Mercari that are half what I see at the local stores. So local stores do not have the best prices, unfortunately. Their prices are sometimes 2 to 3 times what you can find on eBay. Even buy it now sales on eBay. I'm not just talking auctions. I'm saying like you can find a buy it now on eBay of some of this stuff. Something that's like $300 at our local store, I could find for $50 to $100 on eBay right now.
This is the cheapest on UK eBay. It's a bit battered. The box looks all right. It's 50
as long
quid.
as it's complete.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the second one. You get the outer casing looker as well.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
It pops over the top. Yeah, it's like
it's
like a
hard
shell
right?
that goes over the top. Yeah.
But yeah,
you probably never display it that way, right?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Probably keep it in the box.
But the thing is, that also has the roof, which mine does not have. See how it has a roof when it's in? Is that regular mode with the roof, or does that come with the top?
Was it the second version that had a roof? Was it? No, it hasn't got a roof. No, it's still a convertible. No, it doesn't have a roof.
Oh,
they did do a later one that had a roof.
Yeah,
I'm sure. But...
Well, it looked like from that angle, it looks like it had a roof.
Look like a roof, huh?
Yeah,
but it must be just the angle of the way the reflection's working. Yeah. The big thing to look for are the two yellow missiles. And the reason I didn't open mine up is because as soon as you open them up, they go flying, and they'd fly across the room, and I'd lose one. But they're often gone. So then Aang is going to free the bodies from Batman's trunk. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you, Brian.
Yeah, they're fairly common, those Batmobiles at boot sales and toy fairs over here. So is the animated one. I've got two sizes of the animated one. I've got a mega size one, and then I've got that one. There's a massive one as well that you can get.
And this one's cool because this whole thing, what is it? This opens up, right? And I got a driver in there from the animated. That's my big thing when I buy these is I want to have the driver inside of it. But the cool thing about this one is you put this down and watch what happens. Hold on. I can't do it when I want to, right?
You ever do a live stream or a video and you're doing what you're doing right there and actually break the toy?
No.
I did that. It happened to me yesterday.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, and it's a very expensive figure that I broke trying to entertain all of you and me.
So look at that. Then it flips open and you got the
Batwing. Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And he just flies right back in. And the figure stays right in. That's what I think is cool about it. Now he's in the cockpit, so the figure stays with it. I thought that was great.
That was a crazy line of figures. They like you get Batman, Aqua Batman, and Flying Batman, and
yeah, it was
like under volcano Batman, and
Then we got
I need that.
The new one, which I also think the new one is really cool.
I need that.
I love that one.
That's cool. What are we doing? I got to control this a little bit better. Sorry, John. We didn't have you on full screen the last one. Can you review the last one? That's the Spin Master, right?
I don't know if we can get those here. I don't know. Let's have a look on.
What, you didn't get to see this one up big?
I need to get that to complete the collection.
Yeah, the
Spin Master.
Was it Richard or it might have been Ricardo sent me this, or Richard? One of the guys sent me this. When I did a thing where I was talking about Batmobiles and I didn't have the animated one. And I'm not kidding, like 3 or 4 days later, this shows up. It was either Richard or Ricardo. One of the guys there sent me this. And it was like, here you go. You don't have this one. And I was like, oh my God. Like, are you kidding me?
Crazy, right?
Like, have you got a tumbler? Have you got a tumbler?
Yes, and I got the tumbler thanks to John Baldry.
I've got a tumbler, but my tumbler annoys me because it's purple. They did a black one and they did a purple one. And for some reason, mine's purple. Do you know what I mean? It's 3.75 scale.
Yeah, I don't know the tumbler purple.
Yeah.
Can you pull it out and show us?
No, unfortunately, it's in my Batman box somewhere. Batman lockup. There you go. That's it. Purple. That's the one I've got. Yeah. They did a black one. They did a black one, and the black one, some of the like metal work is like gold and metallic, and the black one just looks better. But yeah, why is it purple, man?
This one has lights and sounds, though. You know what I mean? Does the other one have the sounds and everything?
So yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I love this one, and John Baldry sent it.
Yeah, I got mine in a
Then-
charity. I found mine in a charity shop.
Then you got Batman
like quid or
inside.
something.
So
Yeah.
that's what I like. I love it when you can put a figure in it. You know, it's like I just don't want the vehicle. I want it to be the toy. And
Yeah.
You got to
This is
soak that
just-
in the tub, man. That looks
It's
dusty
cool.
as F.
it is. It's got
Mm.
some dust. I haven't cleaned it up, but I mean, this thing is badass. It's heavy as hell too, man. This thing
Yeah.
is totally badass. But then we got the. What do we got? We got the. Here's your Mego one. Do you have a Mego?
Oh,
That's,
cool.
I need a Mego one, man. Those things don't fit in there well at all.
No,
Oh, Swallow.
it
they
looks
were
like
made for that.
it looks like a clown car. You know, yeah.
Oh, I love that
Oh
though.
man, the
Yeah, I need
testicles
that.
must
I
be.
need that.
Must be
I
like.
have the. Have you ever had the Hall of Justice?
No. I don't.
I have that. I'll show that in a video again.
Because I have a Batmobile collection. I had to get this one, and
Yeah, that's super cool.
these are actually the modern figures. You know how they put them back out.
Oh,
you
John,
know
I
what
have a
I'm talking
Batmobile that I can gift you sometime if I do a package. But I have a 70s remote control Batmobile.
Oh,
But I
I
mean,
can
they
show
can't
you
even
what-
fit. They can't even fit under the roof. Like this is supposed to be a T-top roof going over the right, and their arms are above it. They can't fit in the car. But look at those bat symbols on the wheels. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Really cheesy though. And
This
then
is
we
the
have
Batmobile remote control
the McFarlane one.
from the 70s. Yeah, that one's cool.
yeah, that's cool. I haven't bought the bike yet. I keep looking.
No,
at
I
the bike,
see the bike, but I haven't bought it
It's
yet.
too
either.
much. It's $30 for the bike. I
Let
thought
me
was
see it,
cheap.
Dino. Let me
I
pull
think
you
it's
up here.
20. I think it's 24 quid over here.
Oh, neat! Look at that. Wow,
So
that's cool.
I have 3 versions. They actually made 3 different versions, like the antennas in the back on one of them, and so I had to get all 3 versions. But then I was like, I don't have any space to display all 3. But
Oh,
this
that is
worked.
awesome. That is so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, look at that.
If I
That
sent
is
you one,
cool.
it wouldn't be complete, but at least you.
No, it'd be cool. Yeah, no. I don't even care if it works. I would just put it up to make it look
Yeah,
nice.
and what's cool about it is because I have the Jawa Sandcrawler, the remote control one from the 70s,
Yeah.
and the remote for this works for that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's the same. It looks almost identical except for the colors.
Let's see if we can remove.
Because that one's always missing, the Jawa Sandcrawler. So let me show you the toy I broke yesterday.
Oh,
You're
dear.
gonna cringe, John. You're gonna you might hear a high pitched scream. So I'm doing a video yesterday, and I promised that, like, during the video, that I was gonna put batteries in this item. And after I put the video together, I was rewatching it before I put it on YouTube, and I noticed I didn't go back and put batteries in the toy. So I went back and I tried to take it apart and mess around, and then I ended up breaking some of the clips on the
Oh no!
Yeah. So he doesn't.
The one we
like-
were just talking about.
Yeah. So the clip,
Wow.
this clip here, broke off, and then there's a lever, an on and off lever, that broke off too.
Oh my gosh! So he's
And it
that.
didn't even end up working either.
So he's
I
that.
know he worked.
He's that delicate, huh?
Well, I think I was just being rough with it because I was just, and plus I'm sure the plastic's somewhat brittle.
Well, I mean,
thought-
that thing is 1977. It's what, 50 years old?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
45. Star Team. That is
Star Team.
Zeroid.
Wow.
So they made several versions of this guy through the years from
For different
the
lines, right? For different.
60s and, yeah.
Yeah.
And they always just kept reusing him. But he does light up. I just couldn't get him. There's a little bulb in there.
You murderer! How could you?
No, right? But he's still fit. At least that's all that, just that he sits. He could, like, although I don't know if I
Hey,
could.
Peaky. How you doing, Peaky?
All right,
I
Peaky.
think what happened is if you look right there, the metal piece is green. So it looks like a battery
Yeah.
might have been left in there. So it corroded some of the metal. So the on and off switch was probably basically rotted.
Huh. Well, he still looks good like that. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's
But
not
I
like
turned-
you broke his arm off or something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I'm going to sell them anyway. So my family just loses out when I pass. They can sell all of it.
Right, I'm gonna go and set up my stream.
Yeah, I
and
think we
also
should. I think we should get going, guys.
I'm
So
gonna quickly go and touch myself.
yeah, you've seen too much good stuff that you need to give it a
Need a cold
tap.
shower.
Give it
shower.
a tap. Hey,
Cat
hey,
was swimming.
Cat's here. How you doing, Cat?
Oh, that's why it must be Cat. It's the pheromone.
So now I got to spend 20 minutes putting all these toys away that I took down.
I know, me too. I'm like, damn it, I gotta put all the Batmobiles back in the thing. All right. Thanks a lot for watching today, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for popping on Chris 1000th Ghost earlier, even though I didn't see him and we ignored him. It wasn't intentional. I'm looking the wrong way. And Salacious, thank you for popping in. Geek
Welcome.
Strong, always a pleasure. Shirt Twins. You gotta get the shirt now, Bob. You gotta get the shirt now.
All right.
We all can wear it.
I want a flamingo on my head, to be honest.
You
That's what I'm
do?
thinking.
Yeah.
That's your holiday hat.
Yeah, he's got a Santa hat on. See?
Yeah, I see that.
It's legit. You
Thought
know,
it was a prober.
the Santa flamingos are a thing. You know, they've been around for years. It's a total Christmas tradition.
That's got to be a Florida thing, I bet. 'Cause I've never seen one.
I've
never heard of it either.
I know, I'm just making shit up, but I saw this in the store for $5. So it was like, are you kidding me? I gotta get. You can't.
Probing time. It's probing time.
I think John's the only one that would walk in the store and see that and say, "I gotta get that."
That's why it was $5, right?
Yeah.
Like,
the funny thing is, when he went in there, he was wearing a shark hat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. If you see any funny hats, let me know. I'll wear it on the show. I love my funny hats. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for popping on. Geek Strong, I am your address. I have boxes going out on Wednesday. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I got like 20 boxes that are going to go out like Friday. You're going to be crazy. In rum, wow. I think
Bob has boxes. Bob's got boxes going out as well. Would you believe it?
I think you're going to end up with 2 boxes.
You've been saying that for a while.
Well, Earth Mum's intervening.
Because I think our Earth Mom and my brother got you something. So you're going to end up with 2 boxes, Rum.
Oh, boxes.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Stay awesome out there, everyone.
See you later.
What are we going to play?
Come and build Lego in 10 minutes.
Yeah, what are we going to play on the way out? What?
It's high time we got to the bottom of these shenanigans.
It's got to be Batgirl in it.
We can't play Batgirl anymore.
Oh, what?
It's got a copyright strike. They said don't play it anymore.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you get a strike?
I didn't get a strike, but they said I would if I play it again. They actually they emailed me and asked me never to play it again. That's like the strictest. Like, it took me a long time to do an edit of that. That is actually edited up and zoomed in and changed around a little bit so that I wouldn't get a copyright thing. Like, I actually edited and moved the video and I added music, my own music and all this stuff. And they finally found it and figured out that I screwed around with it. And they were like, we don't like the way you edited it. Don't do that again. They were so I just said, I'm not going to futz with them. So unfortunately, and it's some cheesy, like, what is it? Some cheesy Mexican version. I mean, why would they have a fit about it? It's like, it's not like it's Marvel or DC or, you know what, for real, you know what I mean? It
might be massive. It might be massive in Colombia. You never know.
Maybe it is. Yeah, who knows?
What if you only played it for? I think it's 7 or 8 seconds.
I'm not chancing it.
I don't mean now, but I mean in general. If you were to play that, you wouldn't get copyright claim or anything like that, right?
I think it is 6 or 7 seconds is fair use. Yeah. But is that in every country? Like, what if you're, like you're saying, like, it's owned by Colombia or Brazil or something? Doesn't it have to follow their law, not United States law?
I think you're safe from extradition to Colombia. So we see you being dragged out, dragged into a Colombian like state car.
Whatever you do, don't play the underpants one.
Good luck. You too.
I said no.
I like this. Is the
Don't
one.
play it.
This is the one. This is the one.
This is what we. This is our sport to play like
This reminds me. Keep going.
Alright, grab me up everywhere. Nice shot, John. Bob right there. Bob in the next
There you
door.
go. That's the bit. It reminds me.
And
That
they
music-
were okay with the Batgirl one. I mean, they were
Yeah,
okay with
right,
that,
yeah.
but not the Batgirl.
Yeah. The that music kicks in. It gets loud. I didn't know it was that loud. All right. Bye, guys.
All right, see ya.
Yeah. See you later.